Hello, good people. We are back into the realms of not Ukador, but Middle Earth. It's a little different. There's not a lot of magic. Magic is kind of a rare thing when it happens, and it's not quite as potent. We are playing Adventures in Middle Earth, the official homebrew by Cubicle 7, and this is episode 2, season 3 of Shadow in the North. Before we get into everything, we do need to go over a few of our sponsors. Have to thank them, first of all. Roll20. Yeah, Roll20 is our sponsor. Yes, you can clap. I like clapping. You can clap and cheer it. Huzzah! That just means all the digital rolls that are ones are blamed on them. All the games will be on Roll20. All the rolls will be on Roll20. You'll see it here. We got a little roller there. You can look and see the fails, so you can boo the fails and cheer the successes. Or like toss your computer out the window when we get crushed by enemies of hell. Other than Roll20, so thank you Roll20 for being our sponsor. Other than Roll20, the other things we should talk about, just touching on real quick, we don't have it in this game, but in other games, other shows, we do have Griffin Code to thank for anything that is 3D printed. They do wonderful stuff there, and if you ever need anything printed out 3D wise, just send them an STL. They can take care of all your 3D printing needs. And to be honest, let's be honest, nowadays with the advent of 3D printing, everybody's got something they can print nowadays for D&D. There's so much. So check those guys out. They are awesome. Now, in addition to that, Critical Dice from Jason's store there. So he makes some awesome stuff. He's got some beautiful things. We are going to do dice giveaways 2 times. You can actually type in !critical now, and at the mid-show, we are going to give away some dice to one lucky person. And then, stay tuned. Keep around because we'll continue that endeavor. We will do it again. If you didn't win the first time, you can win the second time at the end of the session. Besides, you want to stay around to see what happens, right? I mean, you want to see the monsters beat the heroes, right? That's all. We're all rooting for the orcs. Or is that just me? That's just me? Okay. That's all right. I could be the lone hero for who is always like the hype man for the orcs. I'll do that. I could do that. I'll carry that weight. That's a burden I am willing to take on. That being said, I think that is it. As a reminder, token 20s. Whenever we roll a 20, we say token 20. And whenever we roll a 1, it's a Witch King 1. Why? Because we're nerds, and I'm a dad who likes dad jokes. So, yeah, I think that's it. With that said, we got the trailer this time. It's rendered. It only took 23 hours to render. So, yeah, it's good. It's updated. It is beautiful.
It is.
Let's jump into it for the next episode of Shadow in the North.
Oh, hello there. I suppose you're here for the story. Have I got one for you? The Adventures in Middle Earth. Wonderful tale. What? You've read it already? All of it? Oh, well, then we'll go on to part 2, shall we? Let's see, what page was it on? 97. Yes, here it is. Part 2. So, when last we left off, our heroes met up once more after 6 months of separation. Back to where it all began. The Vales of Gundabad, and the village of Framsberg. Yes, and as any good tale begins, the tavern. After food and introductions were made, and a night full of strange dreams, an encounter with some ruffians. A foul stench wafted in the air. Orcs. Orcs were outside. Our heroes rushed out to meet them and saw 3 unfortunate souls, bound, ready to be slaughtered. But our heroes, being who they were, they would not stand idly by and do nothing. They engaged their foes and took them out. Blades cleaned, a quick chat. They learned that these were prisoners who just barely escaped from Gundabad. The forges where they had left their last battle. Should they return, either for vengeance, or should they help these prisoners who say there are more, far more, who need their help? One even called out, specifically saying, "Please bring Ira back, my daughter." The heroes, being who they were, they did not hesitate. Though their motives still unknown, they set out and go into what we call the journey phase. Traveling for days, heading further and deeper up north and into the mountains, they pressed on, with each person leading in their own way. Delwyn looking out with her eyes, while I believe Clover and Turin spent their time hunting for food. And then our little hobbit Esmeralda, or Esme as they call her, scouted ahead, and with Berenor at the lead. The journey was not terrible. It was not fraught with danger. At first, they left with their hopes high, their spirits resolved to press on and steel their souls for what may lie ahead. It did not go well. It wasn't long until 4 or 5 days later down, a little hobbit friend, as she scouted, Esme, bumped into an orc. Literally bumped into an orc. With her back to the orc, she turns around and sees a nasty, foul creature scowling with its wicked bent scimitar ready to stab at her. Combat ensued as they were pressed against the back, their backs against the cliff face, ambushed. With arrows flinging, swords swinging, legs running as quickly as they could, they bested them. Now, picking up the last bit of their belongings and gathering their wits, their energies, they continue their journey, not but 5 days out from their destination. And that is where we pick up our tale.
You find yourself here in the mountain pass. As you look out, the orcs, the bodies have been slain, rushed over to the side. Your newfound companions, Clef, Kinney, and Trison, are busying themselves with these crossbows and setting up their resolve. You had just pulled Berenor out of the thorny bush from our previous session, over here in the northern part of it. You do have a bit of a trek to press on to get further. However, once you do so, you feel like you'll be out of danger's way. Are there any more orcs abound? Don't know. What do you do?
I'll sit down. If I remember correctly, I was not healed yet, correct?
I healed you last.
Healed a little bit, yep.
I don't know if you added.
Oh yeah, I
So,
did. I have 42 hit points.
You did
Never
get
mind. Yeah.
healed.
Yep, I did.
Your HP should be consistent with what you have.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I misthought that. Cool.
Clover looks to Berenor. This is the best I can do under circumstances. I'm afraid.
You're fine. Thank you, lad.
Do you need some food? I think I have a little bit of food.
Yeah, I still have those big loaves of bread.
Oh, I like some food. You got some?
I'm offering it to Berenor.
Oh, which one was Berenor?
Which one are you?
Oh, I'm Clef.
Right, Clef. Bread is for people who actually did something in the battle.
I did something.
You stood there,
I think you asked some questions.
nearly died.
Kind of insulting questions.
I learned about hobbits. I didn't know what they was.
While his methods are not ideal, everyone serves their purpose. But thank you, Esme. I am all right.
I'll eat that then.
I'm gonna stare at Cliff as I tear a piece of bread and just chomp on it.
His stomach, you can hear audibly. I'm hungry.
Give
I'm
the
gonna,
lad.
slowly out. Still chomping on it, holding out one tiny piece of bread.
And you hand it to him?
Yeah, gonna hand it to him.
Oh,
So,
oh, thank you. Oh, it's not much, but I'll eat it. Thank you. You're not the hobbits. I learned that too. You're just a
Nope.
kid.
Yep,
I'm really
I'm just
sure.
a kid.
I don't know if that helps or not.
I'm growing. I am growing. Thank you.
And
I'm not. I'm fully grown.
he takes his fat fingers and the little small piece. He just takes little tiny bites out.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that is really cute. I'm sorry, I gave him a small piece.
In his fat fingers?
Oh my goodness. And we don't see any other danger anywhere else, right?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Well,
Not this is a democracy, but I vote we get the fuck out of here.
I agree.
Let's do it. So, Turin, did you see all of the things I killed?
Holds up his hammer.
I killed 1, 2, 4. Did you see? Can you tell me, give me any pointers on my form? You're like a warrior type.
Berenor's
Berenor's giving me some pointers.
Berenor just
so I'm
sits there and
asking you
smoking
now.
on his pipe weed, just kind of trying not to smile, but just carefully watching this scenario.
Clover's hiding behind Berenor, trying not to laugh.
So,
Ellen is chuckling as she laughs, as she eats. He eats.
lesson number 1. It only counts as a kill if you did the majority of the damage. And
I don't know about that.
She's got spirit. She does.
she's got something.
More kills than you?
Are we talking about today or in general? Because I'm about to have one more.
I'm talking about, who?
Hmm?
Me? You're gonna kill me?
I would never. I haven't killed a hobbit in months.
Why would you kill me? I'm on your team.
I don't know if Berenor has talked at length about me in particular, but I'm not good at teams.
But you're on one.
He is.
Am I? This is a relationship of necessity. I've places
So
to
you're
go
not going
and
to
things
give
to do.
me. So you're not going to give me pointers on how to better kill these orcs on our way.
Well, fine. What I like to do is get right up to as many of them at the same time as possible. And then I hit them a lot.
I like to just like
Sneak up behind them after someone else has almost killed them and stab them in the butt. And then say that you killed them.
I mean, if I did the final blow, I don't know. I'm fresh out of the Shire, so you tell me.
Did you do a lot
Okay.
of killing in the Shire?
No, I've never done that.
Interesting.
To be fair, this is the most killing I've seen done.
Usually, I would just like
It's a slow day. This
play
is a
some
slow
tricks
day.
on people, move their things around in their house really stealthily.
As amusing as all of this is, I do think that we need to move on. The takeaway from this is that you are capable. Did the guy who just got the bread just say something? What did you say?
Berenor. I just
What?
said your name.
Trice,
What?
you don't remember me? But here,
No.
Oh, yes. I wrote it down. Tristan. Oh, yeah, that's the leader, right? We should press on. The important detail is that you all were capable in a battle we were not prepared for. And no one died.
Yet.
Yet.
So as we start moving forward, I don't know what else anyone else wants to do, but I would like to undo the belt of what's his name, Clef, the one who Delwyn gave bread to. I just want to undo his belt so that way when he starts walking, his pants slide down.
Okay. Yeah. Roll sleight of hand to see how well you do this.
Okay. Okay.
16. He's not a perceptive guy, so his passive perception does not detect your maneuvers as you go in and quickly take the dagger and actually you cut his little strap, and you see his pants go kind of loose. He's wearing these strange trousers where the belt that he has is just like a sash, but more of a twine rope type deal. So when it cut it across the way, you see the wrinkles of it where it was tight around his belly. It starts to unfurl, and even before he walks, it goes down to the ground. Oh, there's a chill on it. Oh, my pants fell. Oh, that's not good. Oh my. Oh,
Berenor, look, his pants fell down.
oh, don't look. Don't stare. Don't stare.
That one's covering his eyes.
Darren,
Just like,
did you
oh.
see that? Darren,
don't
did you see
stare.
his pants fall down?
Roll a
Come
wisdom
on,
save.
that's funny, right?
Roll a wisdom save. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Don't I get advantage?
If it's versus corruption, yes, you do as a hobbit.
Is that what this is? I assume this is what this
Yes,
is.
it is.
Coo.
Pesky hobbits.
Ooh, a nat 20.
Oh.
I believe that's
Your
called a token 20.
mischievous manners are typical of your nature, and it does not irk you one bit for doing this sort of thing.
Do I have to make a
In fact,
wisdom
it
save?
brings you joy and reminds you of home.
I just look at Turin and I start walking in the direction that we're supposed to be going.
I'm
Turn
gonna settle up to
heaves,
Esme. Sorry, go ahead.
Turn heaves a long-suffering sigh and follows.
I'm gonna settle up to Esme and be like, "Hey, Esme, can you teach me some of your tricks, like in the downtime, maybe after, like how to sneak up on and do kind of stuff like that?"
Yeah, don't wear shoes.
I'm gonna look down my shoes. Consider taking them off, but is that really like the point? Like, is that how you do it? Don't wear shoes?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
But I don't wear shoes.
Well-
and it seems to work.
Can you like teach me how to like I don't know, sneak around so I'm not seen or something, or like grab stuff like you
Yeah.
just did, or
Yeah.
Okay. Really? Okay.
Wait, I didn't do anything.
What?
I didn't do anything.
Oh. I thought Oh, I guess not. Okay. Right. I really want to learn that stuff. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
That being said, you press on and continue your journey as you make your way down the mountainside. You don't have to do anything with the map in general, but you continue your endeavors through the veils as you go forward. I need two things. I need first the lookouts to roll a perception, and second, I need an arrival roll, a d12, from the guide Berenor.
Oh. I forgot how to do the custom rolls.
And
Left-hand side, there should be a little dice icon. Alternatively, you could type in /r space, like 1d12.
Backslash. You said roll.
Just R. You could just do R.
1d12.
And is Turin helping me with the perception roll?
Got an 8.
Yes, you would have advantage on it.
Yes. Yeah.
The same. Okay. 16.
16. Looking out up ahead as you traverse the rocky terrain, press down a little bit further, you find that over the next couple days of travel that there are some footprints, several. Looks like almost an assortment of not of humanoid prints, one large, several little ones, as they go further in the direction that you're going to, which is kind of through a little wooded glade and past beyond.
Turin?
Hobbit.
Clover. This place we're going, it's not busy, you would say, traffic-wise?
Depends on what you deem as traffic.
I mean, like, the footing here, it just seems a bit much and a bit fresh for my liking.
If Clover points out the tracks, I would stop and take a look at them.
Yeah, I would point them.
Okay. Can I stop and like take a closer look at the tracks and see if I can?
Detect what a little bit further. Sure, you could roll survival.
Oh, but another thing that I'm not good at.
It's not bad. 15. With that, you are able to determine that the traveling was done sort of in a battlement formation.
Is it possible that I would, like, are they tracks made by shoes? Are they tracks made by armored boots? Are they tracks made by bare
It's
feet?
a mix. Definitely a mix. There's a couple bare feet in there that you would detect are man. Their prints are a little softer than their heavier ones that look kind of round, almost like an elephant, and or an olephant in this case. And the other prints are mixed between barefooted to leather to iron, just a mix.
Chief export of where we're going is pain and slavery. I would say that this traffic, as you call it, is to that purpose. Can I tell how fresh the tracks are?
Not with that road, no.
Okay.
Not with that roll, he says.
To be fair, that's the best wisdom-based roll I've made this entire campaign. So.
No, I agree.
We can either try to catch up to them, ask them some questions, or maybe hang back a bit, let them get there first.
I think I like the latter if I'm so bold.
I don't think bold's the word for it if you're opting to hang back, but that's neither here nor there.
Maybe we can catch up to them and then hang back and see what they're doing. See where they head, how many there are, and then we can get the jump on them.
Why can you jump?
Yeah, you know, jump in. Get them
right.
all.
Or we can keep going. I can bump into them and we can succeed against them just like we did last time if it ends up in combat.
I think the way that actually went was you ran into them and we somehow still got ambushed and almost died.
I did not almost die.
Twice.
Just everyone else. All of the people that were doing the actual fighting almost died.
What are we arguing about?
I think I have more kills than you, though.
Why we whisper it?
Because there's fucking orcs here.
Oh, that's not good.
No,
Where are they?
that way.
They're all around us.
Let's go the other way.
No, we have to go that way.
I'm sorry, are you confused about what we're doing?
Well, no. Yes, maybe. I don't know. No, I know what I'm doing.
Right,
I
no,
just
no.
don't want to go directly to them. Go around, possibly. Isn't there another way we could go?
Is there?
I have an idea. Right, listen. Clem, is that your name? Cliff. Bogart.
Trison.
Trison, right.
With a T, Trison.
That's what I said. Listen, think about it. Right, you're an intelligent fella. Here's what I propose. Instead of going around them, we go directly at them. They'll never expect it. And what they don't expect, they can't plan for. And if they can't plan for it, we can plan for it, and then we have the advantage. You tracking?
His eyes look extremely confused as his brows furrow deeply. And you see his fingers kind of doing this sort of number back and forth as he tries to detective work match each thing to a picture. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Good.
Of course it does. I was going to suggest the same thing. We should do that.
Of course you are. Right. Berenor, shall we?
Sure.
You press on for a bit further, traveling for a few hours now, and that's when you begin to hear the clatter of armor, the hiss of a whetstone against steel reaching your ears before you even get to the point where the wind shifts and you smell the foul air. Orcs. As you approach, you see a sort of a wooden palisade amidst the cliffside face. You don't. It's pretty well hidden, and based on your arrival roll of 8 plus your bonuses of a +2 from earlier in the last session, you arrive there at night. It's impossible to count everyone there, but you do see a couple of sentries posted on the center gate on each side, and you can hear the clattering going on and behind it. Let me throw you on the map here.
Right.
So far ahead of everyone.
How high are the cliffs slash parapets slash watchtowers?
They're about 30 feet high. The gate itself, about 20 feet. The parapet's 30, and then the cliff face, close to about the same, depending on where you're coming from. So if you come from the north side, you can kind of clamber on up, climbing your way a little bit further. The parapets stand about 5 or 10 feet higher up. They do have this sort of wooden latched roof over top of it that you visually is not on the map, but it is there, and then they have a sort of window as the wood wraps around, fencing themselves in.
And we can see the orcs that are on top, looking out.
You do see the bodies of them move about when you look closer. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay.
Those who want to actively look.
I'll try to perceive.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I didn't mean to do advantage, but
Yeah, I didn't
Totally
either.
fine.
Sorry.
Left side's good. If you roll twice, that's okay. We always consider the left side as in the normal roll, and we only consider the second one on the right if we're calculating advantage or disadvantage. So it's totally fine to do that.
Turin get a
Let's see,
net.
25, 23, 17, 14, 12, you don't see this, but 23 and Delwyn, you see all three of them have some sort of ranged weapon. But Berenor and Esmeralda, when you look closer at these creatures, especially this one in particular, their crossbow looks a bit odd, and it looks like it's armed with multitude of arrows, many bolts.
I wanted to.
Berenor,
What?
that's a really cool bow.
Yes. If you're on that side of it.
This is true.
Uh,
I would like to position myself behind the tall one.
Is there? Which one's the tall one? Is there any way in or around? And how tall are these walls?
20 feet for the gate. This over here is 30, and the cliff face coming up about 25 to 30, depending on what entry point you're coming in from.
So is there an opportunity to like stealth behind this tree and climb up here and then climb
There
over
certainly
this wall?
is, if you roll well enough.
Well,
give it a shot.
do we see
Maybe
any
we should
sort
split
of
up.
gate mechanism to open this gate?
Not on the outside, no.
Not on the outside. I mean, does it look like it's just like a? Does it look like there's like a crank and then this thing opens, or is it just like a manual gate that just has a log behind it?
Nothing in the front indicates
Okay.
any sort of way to open it.
I am going to stealth to there.
All right, roll stealth.
I will roll a stealth. I think I have advantage, actually. Hang on. We're in the wilderness, yeah?
You are in the wilderness. As a wanderer, I'm not sure. You have
There's a thing in here somewhere. I saw it. I literally just read it.
you get proficiency on your perception for for natural watchfulness is what you mean when you're in the wilderness.
Yeah, well, there's also something that I saw something in there that says something
Or
about
expertise, rather.
stealth too. You have advantage on dexterity, stealth, ability checks, and can move stealthily at a normal pace.
Is that for
it's in the
Ways of the Wild?
the known lands. About halfway down.
Oh yes, that's right. You did choose the Vales of Gundabad as one of your known lands. So yes, you would
Okay.
be able to.
The first check is
With
still
an
better.
18, you peer through and you can hear. You hear the kind of mutterings as they pass back and forth. They're not saying anything in particular, but just kind of grunting. You see
He's
them kind of
sleeping?
move over to the side. They're not sleeping.
Okay.
They're just kind of grunting along as they. Occasionally, they do. Move out of the way!
So I am gonna wait until they like turn and go walk back the other way, and then I'm gonna climb up here.
Got it. Anyone else doing anything?
I want to stealth this way with my bow, just waiting for a good
Okay.
time.
Excellent. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a stealth.
No, I just want to be there.
Yes.
That's actually really
23.
cool.
As you walk away, you hear Romeo kind of whimper a little bit.
Aww. Sorry.
And she
Romeo.
nudges herself against Delwyn, crouching down. That said, you are now within the trees on the other side there.
Cool.
How tall is this fallen tree?
How tall is it?
Yeah, like could I? Is it taller
Oh,
than
from where it's at. Yeah, you can crouch behind it, especially
Okay,
being of the shorter folk.
cool. I would like to stealth over here and kind of get my bow ready as
Yeah,
well.
roll stealth.
Ooh. Stealth. Oh, jeez. Oh!
Which king won?
Ah.
So that you bumble about as you trip over a bit of roots,
Ugh.
slam your crossbow into
Bird is
the,
so
the
disappointed.
the bark there as it slams against.
That's his
it.
job.
You could hear.
What was that? Did you hear what I heard?
As they look out, they're going to make an active perception. The two of them.
Clover, hide.
14.
Romeo!
They
Romeo!
There! There's a bit of movement. I saw it. What do you want me to do about it? Shoot it! What, waste one of my bolts? You use your arrows.
Mine are better than yours, and I'm the better shot. You do it. You want a bit on there? Let's go, you and me. Route the crusher will kill you. Ah!
And they start to toss and turn as they fight each other over kind of this scuffle. It's and they get thrown down, and you definitely hear them and see them collapse to the ground as one of them moves over. This third one here, he's like, I moves to the side, not wanting to get engaged, but he does peer over to the side as well, kind of looking out as they toss and turn to the over there. As this is happening, these other two on the side, they look at the situation. They look over there, watching the fight go on. But this one is going to roll a perception as well.
While they're looking that way, can I move over here?
Yes, you can. He does not see anything. He looks out.
As soon as the the noise of that scuffle starts happening, I would Turin will crouch, run from where he is, and post up on this this log as well, and reach out and try to grab Clover and pull him towards the log as well.
Clover, do you allow that? Do you willingly go?
Yeah, I'm frozen in spot, so.
Just as you drag him along, scuffling along the way. I'm assuming you're not going with stealth, Turin. You're using the.
I'm trying to use the noise of the scuffle to
roll
cover.
at advantage because of the scuffle. And Berenor, you're also stealthing up with your previous 18, clambering on up. I need you to roll. Your strength is a flat 11, so with a 0, go ahead and roll an athletics to see how well you climb up the side here without needing to roll another stealth check.
Fuck.
Oh.
16. Good. The rocks do tumble a little bit, but the noise is covered by as you climb on up, sort of by the scuffle, and they are not paying attention. You get up another 20 feet.
How high is this wall?
30, 35. Well, the wall itself, the top of the tower there is about 35. The wall itself is 30. You're 10 feet away.
So could I climb over the wall while they're looking the other way?
Sure. We'll get to that in a second, as the other ones are looking. Ronio, not knowing what to do, she starts to rush up as well, but she, being trained as she is, understands the situation and doesn't crouch, but she doesn't bark. She's not really rolling stealth. Instead, she's going to do stealth, but it's going to be at disadvantage, which is back to normal because of the cover of the noise. It's a natural 20. Wow, a token 20.
Oh.
Look at her. Wonderful. As she
Good
bounds
girl.
her way up behind you, Delwyn, and licks you.
Good girl. Down, down. Sit down, down, down.
She nudges her head down. In the meantime, before we get back to Berenor, is anyone doing anything else?
I am going to hold an arrow for when Berenor attacks someone, is when I will release an arrow.
Got it. I will
If I
say
can see him.
Yes, they do have 3/4 cover from where you're at, so that will give them +5 to their AC.
Okay.
It's a difficult shot. If they come over here to the side, you would be able to better see them, but they would still have a +2 to their AC at half cover.
It's okay. I would have an advantage because I have a friend nearby.
And you would also have advantage because they don't see you. They're blinded, technically. But yes. That being said, Berenor, yes, you climb on up another 10 feet. But doing so, I need you to make another athletics.
Oh God, what is it always athletics?
Ooh, as you climb on up, one of the wooden structures actually breaks from where you're at. Just and I need you to roll a stealth for the sound that you're making here. This will be normally, because of the roll was so bad, it would be disadvantaged, but you're at normal because the noise that's going on and being distracted from over
But
there.
I also
So-
have advantage, so that would just cancel each other out, right?
Yes, so you're at normal. So they turn.
What was that?
Did I make it over the wall yet, or am I just like hanging on the wall?
You are on the, like your hand is at like the top of it, as
Okay.
they turn around and
I smell man flesh. Yeah?
Once he gets
Sniff.
close, I'm gonna. Would I be able to like grab him by the chest and just throw him over the side?
he's going to approach. So you will have an opportunity to do so, as he does look out. But before he does, this will be your ready action. So you're going to do a reaction, essentially ready action to grapple and toss, or shove, really.
Yeah.
So it'll be a contested thing, but yes, they are going to do an active perception to see if they find you. If they do find you, then they roll normally. But if they don't find you, it'll be you'll be able to grapple at advantage. So let me do this real quick to see if they find you. As soon as they look over, your stealth of 10. He looks over and he sees you.
Yeah!
But as soon as he does that, you are grabbing him. So go ahead and do a strength contested thing. They're going to try to bust out of
Not
it.
a saving throw, just straight strength.
It's it's like a contested grapple. So you would do your strength versus their your athletics versus their athletics and acrobatics, or acrobatics.
So I can use acrobatics.
So no, you're doing strength or
Oh.
athletics. The
Got it.
shovey or shover is athletics. Now's the time to. Maybe-
Oh! Yes, yes. I have lots of those. DM inspiration, please.
Go for it.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Wow. Okay.
That's so rude.
You've gone down from 3 to
So
2 on those, I
rude.
believe.
Oh no.
Thank you, roll 20. We'll see how they do though. They're going to try to avoid with an acrobatics, being shocked rather than try to shove away. They rolled a 7.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah, nice. You do grab onto the orc, and how do you toss this orc off? What does this look like?
Just as he comes, I find some real estate. Oh, you know what? Because I'm holding with my left hand, so it's with my other hand with the shield, and like I just hook something underneath his thing, and I just pull him over the side, and like look to Esme, because I know she was holding an arrow for when there was an aggressive attack or whatever, and just throw him over my shoulders.
As he goes tumbling over the top there, he screams out, "We are in combat!" as the creature's body collapses to the ground. It does take a total of 3d6 points of damage. 12 points of damage as it collapses to the ground. It busts its head against the wall and lands right over here to the side, being prone and knocked down. And you do hear kind of a cackle as that,
Grand attack!
especially from this side, as one of them yells, and the creatures over here, they stop tussling. So these two are on the ground as well. They're prone from the start of it. However, that being said, you are in combat, so let's put on the combat music.
Can
Esme,
I release my arrow?
Yes, Esme, you could use your reaction. You could shoot the one that is through the air, so you can. And so as it's going through the air, you actually have a better shot to hit it. It doesn't have any sort of advantage. So roll, 20, and I believe you also can roll one.
So
is that
that's
including the other one? You can
10.
roll one more time to see if you get a natural 20.
Oh. No. So that's 24 piercing.
20. Yes, 20.
10 piercing plus 14 sneak
10,
attack.
24. Yeah. How do you kill this guy?
Woo!
So as
Please look over at
as
Turin.
Berenor hooks him and like rips him over, I'm just going to release the arrow so it goes right through its eyeball as he's like head first tumbling into the
Ooh.
ground.
Ooh.
Was he the one who
One
yelled that
second.
we were under that they're under attack?
The one over here did on this side.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Let me get everybody on here real quick. We'll do it the fast way, and then we can edit the rolls so that everybody's on, and we'll be good with that.
Do I have advantage?
Oh, am I rolling initiative? Did I roll initiative yet?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm going to get you on here with the
okay.
fancy roll thing, and then we'll see if I'm missing anybody on that
13.
posit. And then if you did do a custom roll, or if you did roll, I will take your first roll. So that would be Clover. You gotta get you on there. So Clover.
Do I have advantage on initiatives? I felt like I did. But this is a new character sheet. I don't remember.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe that was
Clover, you had it, and
the
Berenor.
old Berenor.
Berenor's on there, so you had a 9.
Fuck.
Clover had a 10. Ooh, and then I think Turn had a 5.
12. I have
12.
advantage.
You're right. You're at advantage. Correct.
But I did have a 5.
And you did have a 5. Well, another Witch King 1.
I know. My rolls
On
are
top of
shit
it.
tonight.
Thanks, roll 20.
In here.
Thanks, roll 20.
And I think am I missing anybody else? So I have Berenor, Turin, Fran, Clover, Esme, Ronio will go on at the end of your turn, Delwyn.
Cool.
So you're controlling Ronio.
Yep.
Sound good? I think that is everybody. Then in that case, let's get these guys looking kind of prone. Boom. You're prone. You're prone. And you are dead. So he didn't even go prone. He's just gone. That being said, first one up is this guy. So he's coming over. As he reaches down, he looks to see the situation. He sees you right in front. Since you kind of tossed still on, he's going to actually shove you, try to grab at you and shove you down. So he's going to roll. Again, this is, you get to choose this time, acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics.
That could be good. Because, yes, he does not do it. He tries to push as hard as he can, but instead misses entirely as you kind of dodge aside, and he almost tosses himself over.
Does that count as an attack?
Yes, that was his action. That was, yeah, it's a special melee attack.
Would I be
Special
able to
attack.
use my revenge reaction to attack him?
Remind me, revenge gives, does it have to hit? I think it
Oh,
successfully
yeah,
attacks you.
yeah. When it, yep,
Yeah,
successfully.
unfortunately,
Never
it did
mind.
not successfully attack you, so there is no revenge for that one, but I like what you're thinking. That being said, I think that there's one more who is going to stand up from being prone, who is of the same cloth, because it's the same cloth here. He stands up and
Where are they at?
and looks outward as he tries to find where the attacks are coming from. He doesn't see you all, but instead he sees Berenor hanging in the distance.
Oh,
so he's going to take a pot shot from where he's at. He's actually going to move. Now he's all there. He's going to come over to this side, and he's going to take a pot shot at you. I think from where he's at, he does not have good view as he tries to bump the other guy.
Move out of the way!
And he is going to take... Yeah, we'll do it. This will be fun. So he starts to pull his crossbow out and takes this little crank mechanism and starts to go... And then he releases the shot with a... And suddenly, several bolts come flinging through the air in a cone effect. All the way around, spraying as it does. This is a 60-foot cone as he sprays and prays. It's going to go for you and you, actually. So he doesn't know that you're there, but you got to roll a dex save anyways. Both of you do. Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Shoot him! Esme, shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot somebody. Oh, wait. I'm out of focus.
Ooh, yes. Nice. Both of you dodge it. You do take half damage. It's not that much. It's only 2d6 plus 5, so that will be a total of 15. And half that is 7. So you take 7 points of piercing damage as these arrows come fleeing out towards you, flying overhead, and that is the end of their turn as he kind of laughs.
Finally, I'll use this weapon.
That being said, it's the other orc's turn as this one stands up from where he's at. They're all looking down towards the area. This one's kind of staying in front. He's going to stand over here. This one on the side is shooting at you, Berenor. Berenor, since you did get hit, I do need you to make a strength save for me to see how well you hold on. And then another arrow is coming your direction, but you do have a little bit of cover on here, so you have a +2 for half cover. As he pulls back on the short bow. Ooh, your strength save. No, sir.
I'm going to use my...
actually start to slip and fall, but you're using...
I was going to use one of my other DM deals.
Go for it. Yeah. And that is enough. As you do lose grip, it breaks, your hold does, and you begin to slip and fall, but you grab on really fast as you pull your dagger up and stab it in there and kind of wedge it in with the wood and hold on with the handle of the blade there, barely catching yourself. Woo, that was good. However, there's more shooting at you, so short bow, 1 and 2. That first one does hit for 13 points of piercing as arrow flings out through the air and smacks you right in the shoulder there, piercing as it goes in. Make another strength save.
Oh my god. Using my last one.
Witch King 1, 2A.
Oh, for God's
11. Oh, no, you slip and fall. At this point, you grab onto it and you get shot. You kind of wince in pain as the arrow sinks into your one arm that is holding on. And with that wincing, as you grab on, you actually kind of reflexively pull the blade free and go down. You are going to take a 3d6, just like the other guy. 10 points of bludgeoning as you tumble to the ground.
Oof.
Land about right here to this side, falling prone from where you're at. That said, I think there's that is it. It is now Esme's turn. With turn coming up next. Esme, what do you do?
Am I still hidden? Considered hidden?
No, technically you're not because you did your shots.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot this guy that just pushed Berenor off. Then.
Yeah, go for it.
Need advantage. That was a 9, so that's a no.
That is a 9.
I'm
no,
assuming.
Yes, it is. He does still have half cover, which is a +2. But yeah, you pull back at a short bow, flings through the air, and as it hits the wooden structure there. Anything else for your turn?
I would like to bonus action hide over here.
Yeah, go for it. Roll stealth.
I would like to bonus action cry.
My God!
Witch King 1! Oh, no!
20!
Why is these things
You do hear,
happening to me?
as you kind of rush over, the arrow hits it, and he looks down at the arrow, then this one's looking right at you, just...
I see you.
No, you don't. Oh.
Anything else for your turn?
No.
Then we are on to Turn with Clover coming up next. Turn, what do you do?
Well, this went spectacularly wrong.
It had the potential, though. Just terrible, terrible rolls.
Right, if I go here with 15 feet of movement,
Okay.
and then I can get to right there. So I'm gonna go around the side of the log and get to the base of this little embankment right here and try to like hunker, and I have no ranged anything at all, so I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay, hunkering down. Are you trying to hide, or just using the wooded area, or you wanna be
Yeah.
exposed?
Yeah, I'll try to hide. It can't be worse than
Sure. Go ahead and roll your
not trying
stealth
to
as your
hide.
action.
Let's see. How did that go?
Ooh. Ducking for cover using the night as your shadow. You rush out behind a log, jump over, leap over to the other side, barrel through the grass as you slam against the muddied cliff face there, and make a loud kind of grunt noise as you do. And you do hear in response to that. Clover, it is your turn with Berenor coming up next. Clover, what do you do?
Okay. I don't have any ranged weapons either, so.
Oh my god.
So Clover's just gonna move up closer to Delwyn, and using his what is it, black speech? He's gonna like listen out for where those orcs are, and try and aid Delwyn to get like a better attack for. I think they're over there, up top.
Up top. Okay. So like aim.
Got it. So you're using try like a help action type thing.
Yeah.
Got it. Listening for the areas, you do hear some of the grunts, and you kind of thrust out a thumb while doing so. That being said, anything else for your turn?
No.
Now behind the area, you do have a little bit of cover. So both of you do have half cover, giving you a +2 to your AC. With that, we are on to Berenor with Fran coming up next. Berenor, what do you do?
So, question before this, I didn't want to interrupt everyone else's turn. So, reading the revenge thing, it doesn't say anything about a melee attack. It's whenever an enemy successfully attacks you. Would I be able to have thrown a dagger as I'm falling at the guy who hit me?
Maybe I misspoke. I think officially the rules shove action. Let me look and see if it's considered a melee.
No, not the shove action. The guy who
it's
shot
attack
me and then I lost my grip.
Yes.
I'd be able to throw a dagger at that guy.
Ooh, the revenge on it. Let's see. With that, you make a single attack. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about melee. So yes, you can try your best to throw it out there. The guy was over here. They do have half cover. They have a +2 to the AC, so it's a long shot, especially with the distance on it.
Sure. So it's just a straight roll?
It's a disadvantage roll because it's a long throw.
I mean, it's yeah.
It's more than 60 feet if you include the angle.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Wow. Disadvantage is a 23. So, yeah, even with their +2 to AC, you somehow get off with a nice little throw as you fling to the ground, just and it plunges in.
All right.
Excellent.
So,
Now, so you
that
did
was before. So all right.
That was
so
your reaction, right?
that was my reaction. So, do I have enough movement to get back up to the wall and then climb up the wall and get on the other side?
No. That's 30 feet up, plus you are prone, so that's 15 feet to get up anyways.
Am I not on the stone right here?
No, you fell all the way to the bottom.
All the way to the bottom. Can I see this guy?
Not from where you're at, no.
So if I climb up
You
here,
have to stand up and jet out a little bit, or climb on up.
I'm still trying to get up there, so I'm gonna climb up here.
Okay. So half movement to get up is 15. To get on the next stonework will be another 20 feet of movement to get up onto that section.
Okay. So
So you can partially get up. I know you're not trying to stealth, so you don't need to actually do the athletics roll anymore. You're no longer prone. You climb on up as you get up from your position, having the arrow still stuck into the side. You're now halfway up the, give or take halfway up to the thing. You can probably get there in the next round unless you use a dash action.
can he see me where I am? Can I see him?
He is aware of your presence, yes. Can you see him? You can see a little bit of his face. You together, you both have 3/4 cover, given you both +5 to AC if you were trying to shoot each other.
Would I be able to get right here on the other side of the corner?
You can move that direction, sure. It will take you a bit longer to get to the top from that way.
No, this is just for this turn, just to get out
well,
of
if
his...
you use your dash action, you can.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to do an Athila Solve, which is, what was that?
That's a 2d4 + 2, just a regular Ethylisol. As you pull out this out of your pouch, one of the tiny vials filled with this strange brown goo, as if it's swampy water. You take out little bits of it and start to rub it against
Terrible.
your wound, pulling out the shaft, press it on, let it sort of staunch the blood flow as you pull the shaft out. And with that, you got 4 points of healing back. Nice, excellent.
Okay, yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
Excellent. And we're on to Delwyn with the orcs coming up next.
I mean, I am going to lean against the wall
Sorry.
as much as possible, so, like, I don't know if he can see me.
You do have, he can see you, but as declared before, 3/4 cover for both of you. So you have +5 to your AC if you were to try to attack.
I'm going to lean over to Clover and then be like, Clover, have you seen our bodyguards, by the way?
They kind of left us.
They abandoned us?
I think they got scared.
You
I
guys
was
are
going to
orphans.
use them as bait.
That's what I was gonna do.
Well, okay, so you say they're over there, and I'm going to loose an arrow on this guy here. The one who's closest to the...
From where they're at and from where you're at, you would have to duck up a little bit. Because I'm assuming you both are prone since you ducked behind the area. So you would
like
use your movement
crouched,
to bounce back up out of cover, and then from there they have +2 to their AC. So you can roll and go for it. +2 to AC with that one, it does hit.
Also, do you have advantage on that? Because I'm helping.
And you do have advantage,
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
Roll one more time because of the help action.
Yay.
Point it out.
Ooh, never mind.
Oh, not that 20 we were looking for.
I didn't do anything.
We're
But I
not
can
looking at
shoot
that
one.
twice. I can attack
Guys.
twice. So can I do it again?
You can, but the help action only works for one attack, not the extra
Okay.
attack. So
I'll just
first
do
one
that
hits, go ahead and roll again. Second one also hits as you pull back 2 arrows and place it in at the same time. And go in and you hear it. You start to hear Clover, this kind of cursing in the black tongue. Anything else for your turn?
I'd just like to duck back down. And
Okay, using the rest of your movement, you're now back
Yeah.
to prone. I'm going to make sure I mark that. And Clover, you are prone as well. That being said, I think that is it. Yes?
Yep, that's
for
all
your
I can
turn?
do. Yep.
Excellent. We are now top of the key with the orcs coming up next. They are not concerned too much with you, Berenor, so they are going to actually move to the side and go after. They are concerned a little bit, but instead, yeah. So they're going to move here. They're going to take a pot shot towards our little hobbit friend down there with an arrow. As it pulls back on its heavy crossbow, you see it on the crossbow itself. As it launches it out, it has sort of a fiery glow as it shoots it out. But you're underneath the area, so you have 3/4 cover. You have a +5 to your AC since you ducked down below there, a little hobbit underneath the area. So that gives you a +5. And ooh, it does not hit. Definitely, you do hear it toying against the stump of the log there, and you see the fire kind of blazing up as it catches and chars. It doesn't catch on fire, but it chars a little bit. Creature kind of curses. It moves over to the side. At the end of its turn, it is actually moving over here to this area as it sets up. And that's the end of its movement. This one over here is moving to the side, seeing what's going on. It sees you, Berenor, once more. It's going to take another shot towards you. But this is not going to be the spray version. It's going to be just a one shot. You have a +2 to your AC from where he's at.
He can see me?
To your AC. Yeah, he can. Oh, yes, he can. You're kind of in the same spot except for a little bit further back. He's looking over to the side, but that gives you I'll give you a +5 to AC from where he's at.
Okay.
Looking on the edge of there. Because this is an overhang. Where the cliff face is. And you're kind of beneath it. You're not up to the top.
Oh,
but
I see.
that being said, even with his terrible roll of a 10, that is not going to do it for his first shot. And he's going to actually take another shot as he goes through now. And that is a no-go for that one. 2 shots as he pulls back on the crossbow and quickly loads the next shot in. They go out. These little flaming bolts toying against and ding off of the cliff face. Ting, ting, and land into the grass below. That is the end of its turn, I believe. It's going to move over this side.
Yeah, can't hit them. I'll go after these other ones. You try, if you're worth anything.
And this one aims at you this time as well. This time is going to...
You're still alive?
Short bow, 1-2 to Berenor. Man, these are terrible rolls. 8 to 7 with your +2 to AC for him. That's still nothing as he... Through the air, nothing. Turin, you're getting targeted from this one on this side. As the short bow comes in, he can see you fully, and actually, not only can he see you fully, he gets a +2 to his attack because he's shooting down from up high. That will give him +2. 1, 2. I don't think either hits you as you pull up your shield. Ting! Bounces right off.
Down, dwarf! He's too short!
Hey.
And I think that is the end of their turn. There is one more. And he is going... No, that's it. That's it. Esme, is your turn. With turn coming up next. What do you do?
I would like to shoot an arrow at this guy. Can I see him? Can I see his
Which
ugly
one?
face poking out?
Pokey face here? Yes, you can. But from where you're at, they still have a +2 to their AC.
It's fine.
And you would have to stand up from being prone as well.
I'm not
or
prone.
you just ducking. Sorry, you're ducking behind the cover. Your height is enough. You're not prone. You're just tall or short. You're short. Got it.
Yes, I'm just short. Thanks.
You're just
Dwarf
short.
is always pro.
There's gonna be a lot of short jokes in this campaign. I feel like.
Oh!
Wow! Nice. Yeah. Roll your sneak at +2 because. No, he sees you. You didn't get a sneak. Sorry.
I don't get a
jump
sneak,
the
but
gun on
it's
that.
still a nat 20.
It's still a
It's a
token
terrible
20.
damage
Token
roll,
20.
though.
Bad rolls though. With that, maybe we could talk about homebrewing the criticals to be a little more effective because it's always a bummer when you roll poor. But still, as for this session, it is a 7 total points of damage as you go in and the arrow slinks into the creature right into the chest as he grimaces in pain. Anything else for your turn?
I would like to bonus action hide.
Bonus action high. Roll stealth. Go for it.
Like behind the tree, so I don't want to crouch down. I just want to like sneak behind the tree.
Sure. You could move over one area like right here and get behind it
Yeah.
and roll your stealth with that. 10 is not so good. but you go over there.
We are going to die.
Anything else for your turn?
No, I just want to point out that I am a hobbit and I'm very tiny.
Understood.
That-
I think they're just aware of your presence since you shot them in the chest. Their eyes are following you now, seeing as that was painful. That being said, we are on to Turin with Clover coming up next. Turin, what do you do now that 2 arrows were flung towards your direction?
It's not very nice. I'm going to use my movement to get up here.
Excellent.
And then-
I know you're not trying to stealth, so you can kind of clamber on up the side there.
Fuck's giving her
But that's the
very
best you
low
can
now.
go from where you're at, because it's 30 feet up. I know you have, you have another
35.
plus 10, don't you? Plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go one more.
Right. So am I?
Can
So
you
if
climb
I-
over?
Can I climb over?
I'll tell you what. Roll an athletics to see if you can, in one go, leap over to the other side.
Dope.
DC 15 or DC 13. Sorry.
Athletics.
9. You cannot. It's going to take another turn for you to be able to leap it. You're too short. That's what it is. Track was not your hurdles was not your best thing in track. You're great at the sprints, but not the hurdles.
Okay. Do I have line of sight on these guys now?
You do. You're a little short, so it's hard to really grab onto them, but they still have a half cover plus 2 to their AC. This one has 3/4 cover. He has a plus 5 to his AC.
Okay. This guy, I'm going to hurl 2 hand axes at him.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
One.
Let's see. Hand axe. First one. No.
And 2.
That lodges itself. Both lodge itself into the wood behind, up in the rafters there. Just a ting ting, as it goes past them. It kind of ducks to the side.
The dwarf has climbed up.
And I'll just
Anything else for your turn?
yeah, I'll smile and just kind of like tap my hammer on my shield and wink at them.
Ting, ting. Yes, I love it. Awesome. Then we are on to Clover with Berenor coming up next. Clover, what do you do?
I'm listening in for all this. I'll stand up and I'll come back down the crouch here after to get a better look over the tree stump to
Yes.
see if they've like moved around any, and then kind of call out to one of the ones that I think Delwyn might be able to hit better.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, make a perception as a free action to see if there's an easier target to hit than the rest. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, you think from where her spot is, or his spot, Delwyn can probably hit this one up top a little easier than the rest. So you would help action, I'm assuming again?
Yes. And then crouch down after.
Got it. Jump up, back down, using your cover. You both have 3/4 cover now with the help action. Understood. Berenor, it's your turn with Delwyn
Best
coming up
roll
next.
all
Berenor,
night.
what do you do?
I want to get new dice. I would like to move. How much movement would it take me to get over the wall to like right there?
Ooh, so you have another full movement. You were 20 feet up anyways, so unlike Turin, who had used his full movement to get all the way up, you had to use 2 turns to get up. So you can get up in this go.
What could I get in melee?
So as
with
far
this
as how
guy?
much more do you have left over?
Yeah.
You have 15 feet.
All right, so I'd like to get right there. First things first is
Okay.
what do I see? Do I see a mechanism for this gate?
Ooh.
Do I see the other thing that I'm trying not to look at
so you
right
do
now?
on the other side. There is a latch, like a lever, sort of a pulley system where it wraps around with the chains that if you push it down, it will split open. It looks like in the middle, but it's hard to really get a good
Right here?
beat on it from where you're at. Yeah, down here in this spot, yes.
Got it. Do the orcs inside of this fort look worried at all? Have they been notified?
They are looking at you, but you see when you come and approach, each orc has grabbed onto their prisoner. Because you look around, you see these prisoners kind of working on things over here to the side, doing different things. You do see one big guy here. He's massive in size. This sort of grim-faced, gray-skinned, bald orc that stands almost the height of a troll, as he wields this great club with spikes on it. He has in his hand a chain that's attached to the neck of the prisoner beside him. This one here, he has his weapons are out, and in both hands at the same time, he's got each prisoner over to the side holding them as they kind of yell,
Don't move!
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna take my 3 attacks on this guy.
yeah.
My first attack, which I forgot before, of every round I get advantage. I do need to remember that. So that's my first attack. What's a 26 to hit? 13 piercing.
Ooh, yes. That definitely hits. Yeah.
Second attack is a regular one, 16.
16 also hits, yes.
With 15 piercing.
15, 28 as you plunge your short swords or a short sword was swung really fast with your left arm there, quickly diving in and gutting the creature to the side as you swiftly dance around like smooth as water, like a river, just right into the blade, slinking down as you do, cutting his gray skin open as he grimaces in pain. Anything else for your turn?
Bonus action, stab him again.
Go for it. One last swing as you go in. 27 does hit, 15 points of damage. So that's 15, 15, 30 for a total of 43 points of piercing as he stumbles backwards, looking really bad, and starts to... Anything else for your turn?
He's still alive?
Uh-huh.
Mistakes have been made. Mistakes have been made. No, that ends my turn. Bonus action, cry.
We're on to Delwyn with the orcs coming up next. Delwyn, what do you do?
Okay, keeping Clover's notes in mind, I'm gonna like commando crawl over this way behind the tree still, just to make it seem like there are more people than there are. And I'm gonna stand up and like shoot the 2 arrows at the one that Clover mentioned.
I like it. I will say that you won't be able to get back down with your movements.
Okay, cool.
You can. I think it doesn't take movement to drop prone.
Okay, great.
It only takes movement to get up. So yeah, you could do it.
Okay.
Yeah, roll at advantage though. Oh my gosh.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Let's do this again. Okay, there's 2, I guess.
Well, we're gonna take the original rolls whenever we make a mistake, so it's fine. The 7 and the 8. Or did you do 2 attacks? You did 2 attacks, right?
Yes, I did do 2 attacks.
Gotcha. So the first one was 7, 8. So that's a miss on that one. 13 for the second one does not hit either, since it still has a +2 to its AC. Yes. Both shots thunk into the wood and.
Well, I'm gonna just slowly sink back down in shame.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, we're on to
give Clover a little thumbs up.
onto the orcs. The one that you just struck down at. He grimaces as he bends over, arched as he does, and you see him start to crank his crossbow, and this is gonna be a little different because you're right in front of it. Instead of a 2d6 per arrow that lands into you, it's now 66. As all arrows, if you don't dodge it. So roll dex save for me as these arrows start to shoot out at you like a Gatling gun. Automatic crossbow. Ooh, that is not good.
Great.
66 plus 5.
You know, sub and
no.
luck and inspo is live.
Berenor now.
Oh, it's a bad roll. Look at those ones.
Oh,
Ones and
those are
twos.
bad.
Luckily,
rolls.
it's
Ones,
working on
two
both
twos.
sides
Yeah.
of
It
it.
is. It is. So 18 points of damage. Piercing
As a reaction, I'd like to run backwards and trip over the wall and hit the lever to open the door when I die. No, I'm kidding. How much damage? 18?
18 points of piercing as the bolts go barreling into your point blank chest, and you just get pinned from these pin needle from the bolts as he
Revenge! Revenge! Revenge!
and go for it.
Revenge him.
And that's remind me again. That's yes, you can attack with that.
Yeah, so
22 does
he
hit.
hits me, and then I can make a melee. I make an attack. 10 points of piercing.
So with these needles, these bolts sticking out of your chest, and all of this sort of situation, you brandish your blade, and how do you kill him?
Oh,
I don't even know. I'm gonna steal his crossbow though. No, I can't because I'll get all the shadow points. I would say I'm gonna cut off his hand that's holding the crossbow, and then like clip it with my foot, and then take my hand and just smash his face into the crossbow pointy part.
Oh, brain just splatters all over the place, dark blood, painting your face with a bit of black. Anything else for your turn?
Bonus action.
Or,
No,
well,
that was just a
that's-
reaction.
Actually, no, that wasn't your turn as your reaction. Got it. There's more to it. I think there's one of those
Berenor.
dudes left.
I think you have
As-
black on you.
Yep.
Yeah, you do have a little bit of black. Let's see. So I think this guy's next. Yes, as he comes forward, he moves to the side, seeing the situation. I think he's not going to go for the.
I think I
dwarf
need like a
who
clover
only
bell or something, to where I just
What's
ring
that?
it. I'm like, I need help. Ding ding ding.
Please.
Hello.
It would constantly be going off.
This one is going to also pull out his crossbow and start to shoot all of them out in play action. You all can roll a dex save at advantage since you have cover, including Ronio. Actually, no, Ronio didn't. She didn't duck. She's kind of standing there, so she rolls at normal. 25.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I swear to God, if you kill that dog,
2d6.
we're not friends anymore.
And Delwyn, if you could roll
And you need Ronio.
Ronio's dex save.
Barenor is
Of
okay.
action.
Yeah.
It's okay to kill
To
Barenor,
her
but not the
sheet
dog.
as well.
If Barenor dies, I'm coming back as a Hobbit. So you're just
Poor
gonna be
puppies,
the,
poor puppies.
the Hobbit king.
Plus 5,
least then
so
I'll be
that's
the
a
tallest.
14 points of damage. Half for Clover, full for Delwyn. So
I'm sorry,
4 points for
14?
Clover and 7 points for Clover, 14 for the Ronio and for Delwyn, as these arrows come barreling down the bolts, stabbing in. You hear the dog.
No. No.
That being said, I think that's the end of that one's turn. We got 2 of these dudes left. They come over, ready to prepare. Berenor is on the other side. Is actually going to try and shoot you, but you have half cover from where you're at, so you have +2 to your AC as it shoots 2 bolts, 2 short bows towards you. Come on. Neither hits as they go fling over your head. And
You
clang
see, I've
against
already
the
been
cliff face on the
shot.
side. Ting, ting, and fall off. The other one to the side here is going to shoot at Delwyn. So that is going to go in, and it's going to shoot 2 times. 1, 2. You have your +5 to your AC, so the first one doesn't hit, but the second one does for 12 points of piercing, I think, as it
Oh,
and it
Jesus.
slinks into your shoulder there.
Okay, that's cool. That's just great.
That being said, that's the end of their turn. We are on to Esme. Turn coming up next. Esme, what do you do?
I would like to try and crawl up this wall. Is that possible for me?
You can, yeah, you can go for it. What's your athletics? Or sorry, strength?
Is that a joke?
Oh,
is that a strength
I
joke?
forgot. I have forgot.
You forgot that. That's
It
her
is a joke,
frizz stat.
actually. It
That's
is a
gonna-
joke. I forgot. It's being displayed. Everybody's seen it too on Twitch. They can all see like right in the middle when it does the thing there. So that puts it at yeah. No, you're gonna have to roll in athletics to see how well you can get up.
I do think that's canon, by the way. It's called the frizz stat when you have less than like
Cool.
7.
Cool.
first stat.
Let's go and roll a
That's fair.
strength. Just a straight strength check.
No, just
Athletics.
athletics. You should athletics. So if you're proficient, you
Athletics.
can add a +2.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh. Oh.
You got a -3
Ouch,
athletics?
that's not even a Witch King 1. That's a Witch King
Yes, I
negative
have
1.
Hey, Turin, what was that new term we came up with?
Durin's dump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Durin's
As in-
dump.
Strength is her Durin's dump stat.
There we go.
Got it. Durin's dump stat.
Oh,
That's
God.
awesome. We need t-shirts for this. Definitely. Durin's dump. Oh, man. So -1, you can move up. No, you can't even climb it. You can't even climb this thing. No.
I didn't even
It's-
think that was
It's
possible.
beyond your capacity. This is like going up a climbing wall, and it's like an 8 to you, and you're a beginner. So as you grab onto the hold of it, your forearms just give out after like 3 seconds. So that being said, you've moved up, you have your movement, you still have your action, you still have your bonus action. What do you do? Well, you did your action as athletics, sorry. So you attempted to climb it. So you have bonus action. What do you do?
What is action hide?
Bonus action hide. Excellent. Roll stealth.
I would like to try and hide behind this body that's sitting here.
Sounds good. I like it. Yeah, do it. Go for it. See what we get. Oh.
Oh my god.
What is happening?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's the
happening?
Witch King one. Okay, yeah, excellent. So you are hidden
Turin, shut up. You
behind
don't
the
see
body.
any of this.
I think he sees all of it.
Turn in his short term with Clover coming up next. Turn, what do you do?
I chuckle uncontrollably, and then
Don't see
He's
any
he's
of
he's really high. He could probably
He's
see it.
I can
way over
totally-
there. He's
totally
way
see
over
things.
there.
With an 8, I would say he did see a little bit to the side. You kind of peered over to like what? And you see.
I just imagine she wasn't
Esme.
quiet. She's like yelling because she can't climb the rope, and then she goes and hides.
Berenor, help me!
Oh my
so
God.
I'm going to bonus action Fury,
Okay, got it.
and I don't think I have a counter for that yet. Sorry. I know how to roll 20. It's fine. So I will bonus action Fury, and then move. What is that? Like 10 feet down this way.
Yeah. So go to the other side was another 5, 10. So you're right there. You can kind of leap over the other side there, and you'll have another.
Now,
We'll say
since
half your movement to get there. We'll do that. So
since
15.
all 3 of these guys shot at somebody outside of the tower, does that mean they have their backs to me?
They do have their backs, but they know you're here, so you don't have necessarily advantage against them. If that's what you're, they're not blinded per se.
That's fine. I want to this guy right here. I want to hook my shield as I sprint past him. I want to hook my shield up under whatever apparatus he has on his back and throw him out of the tower.
Yes. Yeah. This is gonna be an action shove. So this will be. He's going to do his strength versus your athletics. He doesn't have athletics, but your athletics essentially.
Cool.
Roll a 5. So he's.
I rolled a 5.
No, he rolled a
Oh, no.
5. So you push him off as you and slams down to the ground, taking 3d6 points of damage. 23 points of that's almost that's a d8. My apologies. Got everyone excited. There we go. That's still good. 12, 6, 5, and a 1. 12 points of bludgeoning damage as he rolls to the ground and starts to grimace over. And he's prone on the ground.
Okay, second attack. As I continue my movement down here, I want to do almost the same thing, but I'll kind of plant my feet for a second, turn, and kick the other guy and try to kick him out of the tower.
Oh, okay. So you're going to do another shove, essentially.
Right. So, first attack, shove. Second attack, shove.
Got it. So he's going to do his. He's a little stronger, but he's going to try. 16. He holds his ground as he.
Now, I am in the midst of my fury, so I have
advantage. That's
on
correct.
athletics
You
checks.
do. So as he takes a punch in the stomach, you continue pushing your foot, and your foot actually breaks the wall as the whole area just. And he catches onto it. His arms are like behind it, grabbing onto it, and you just all the way to the other side as he falls down. I like that so much. I'm going to go ahead and do another D6 damage to him on that. So that's 4d6, and give you DM inspiration for that effort of both cool moment of knocking down, then kick past the fence there, breaking the wooden structure, and slamming him to the ground as he falls down and goes prone.
Right. And then I will look at the other guy, because there's just this one left,
Yeah, he looks at you and
and I'll turn to face him and say, "If I were you, I'd join your friends on the ground."
anything else for your turn?
No.
Clover, it is yours with Berenor coming up next. You just saw Turin just rush up and knock everybody down. At the same time, you have seen and heard, or at least, yeah, you've both seen and heard the struggles of a Hobbit's plight as they try to clamber up the side. What do you do?
Clover is just gonna like crawl out enough to where he can like get there, and he'll stand up and unsheath his dagger and try and like throw it at that second guy that fell down.
Yeah, now he is prone. Both of them are prone, so that would be at disadvantage.
Okay. I don't plan on hitting him anyway, so let's see.
Not with that attitude.
Yes, I'm gonna hit him.
Oh, look at that! A 16 is your lowest, and that is enough to hit him. So your dagger does fling through the air. You do 5 points of damage as it plunges into their body with the earlier damage of 15, taking them bludgeoning, and a 5. How do you kill him?
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I just like, I seen them do this like 1,000 times. Just throw it and.
I want to say his
like-
eyes were closed.
Yeah, I didn't even look. And I open him and I just see him standing there, and like the dagger's like straight through his forehead. I'm like,
Just right. Yes, I love it. I love it.
and I'm gonna crawl back. And
Okay. Crawling back, staying under the cover there. You go back down to prone, I'm assuming?
Yes.
All right. That being said, well done, Clover. We're on to Berenor with Delwyn coming up next. Berenor, what do you do?
So how far down is that lever?
You are still 35, 30 feet up.
I'm 30
So you
feet
have
up,
to-
but
30 feet up.
but there is a lever down there somewhere.
There's a lever at the bottom, yeah.
Would I be able to lasso it with a rope?
Yeah, it'll take some effort. What are you proficient in? What kind of
I have no idea.
trades are you proficient in? I see.
Disguise, forgery. Could I disguise myself as a cowboy, and then get the effects of a lasso?
No, it's a long shot. I'll tell you what.
Is
you'll have
it
to-
lever up or lever down?
It's a lever up.
Oh, okay.
You could try to lasso the pulley and pull on the chains because they kind of wrap up. It goes down to the pulley, and then the pulley goes up, and then the lever is pointed upwards, and then you have to pull down the lever to pull the pulley. So if you go and follow the chain, you can wrap around the chain and kind of pull it that way, but it's going to be a lot heavier.
And how is this guy holding the chains for these two guys?
Oh, he's got two scimitars in his hands, and he's got them like by the scruff of their neck, each in one hand.
So he's holding the scimitar and holding their necks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you're holding the little scimitar and just like to the back of his neck, flat to the blade.
Got it. Like he's gonna kill them? Like
No, he's just got him in his hand.
And how far
The
is
back
that?
of the neck is meeting the flat part of the scimitar.
Oh my god. This is gonna kill me. If I could, would I be able to leap off of the top of this and land on that guy to free those two
Ooh.
slaves?
Assassin's Creed, this guy. You
Yes.
can give it a shot. What's your strength?
Strength. Why would it be my
Certainly
strength?
die.
Just to see how far you can jump.
It's not like parkour.
I mean, you could try some parkour in the middle of the air when you land with an acrobatics check, but it's just to see the distance-wise if you can clear the distance.
Fuck.
I think you can.
I mean, that was an athletics roll though. That was there instead. Fuck.
So you're doing a long jump, so you cover a number of feet up to your strength score, essentially. If you move 10 feet, is what you're doing.
Well, yeah, because I was right here, so I would run and then leap.
Right. So your strength score is 11, so you can go up to essentially 11 feet. We'll say 10 feet, just to make it simple. 10 feet
Okay.
is how far you can cover from where you're at. If you run back, jumping here, it gets you like right here, so you could attack. You wouldn't be able to land on him. Even, I'll tell you what. If you do your acrobatics, depending on your acrobatics, you'll be able to bounce off the cliff face or the side of the fenced-in area here to give you an extra push where you can land on top, especially with the downward movement. You get a little bit of angle there.
Okay.
So you might be able to cover the distance with that push. So, but you're looking at a DC 15 on the acrobatics check. So if this is what you want to do. Oh, look at that, 17. So yes, you can. But you're going to take some damage.
Oh yeah.
For these
As I'm flying in the air.
Uh-huh.
When you're free, open the gates. Allies approach. I don't know. That's way too much words. I'm just gonna say open the gates and you're free.
Okay. Open the gates and you're free.
Because they're right there by the lever.
Right there by yeah. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and roll your attack as well. But actually first, let's go ahead and throw the damage in of the 3d6 that you take. 3d6. 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you go through, arcing through the air, jumping across. You're landing on here as you go impossibly through the night. Kind of in slow motion, you do hold up your legs and pull them to your chest just for a second as you go in for a roll, but you're rolling on the guy. Go ahead and roll your attack, because I know that's what you're going for.
My attack before I take the bludgeoning damage?
No, you attack after you take the bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Would I be able to throw
So
a
when
dagger?
you land into him, he's going to take the same amount of bludgeoning damage. He's taking 12. You both take 12 at the same
Would
time.
I be able to throw 2 daggers before I land on him? For no reason.
Sure. I'll say yes, but it's going to be a disadvantage.
That's fine. That's fine. Disadvantage is better than not doing anything. Dagger 1. 12.
No.
Dagger 2.
Yes.
Ooh.
9
That
points of
hits.
piercing, and Berenor is unconscious.
And Berenor goes unconscious as you fling through the air, the night's air. You take your dagger and then pull out another one at the same time before that other one's going through. It goes across. It almost hits the prisoner, but goes and shaves the top of their head as it goes and lands in the dirt behind. As the creature looks up and sees your form, your silhouette getting larger and larger as another dagger comes, glints in the air, and plunges into the creature. And then suddenly you barrel into him, and you both go down to the ground. You covering on top of him, the prisoners. But it's not their turn. I will have them move top of the key for their rounds. So
Quite-
prisoners will move at top of the key.
Also, question: where are our allies? The four.
Where are your?
the four
Say it again?
dudes? Where are our four ally?
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. They're here somewhere. They're
Wait, Clef and Kenny.
Clef,
Trison?
Clef,
Trison.
Kenny, and Trison. Yeah, where
happened
are
to
they?
Clint?
Also, did Turin see me leap? Like Prince of Persia, like whoa!
Pretty sure what's your
Saw
passive
you
perception?
unconscious.
Oh my god, what's going on with my autofocus today? I'm just dead. This is
Turn, what's your passive?
4. I don't know. Hold on.
Passive perception? 10 plus your wisdom score plus proficiency if you're
Oh,
proficient.
then 10. Wait,
A 10?
perception?
Passive?
No. Hold on. 13 is my passive
Oh,
perception.
13. Yeah.
way
You're
higher
not going to
than
see
I
it, but
thought it was.
10 you would definitely see through the night sky Berenor like a badass leaping through the air. And
die.
then landing with a thud. We
And
don't
then
know whether
just-
or not he's unconscious, but you do know he's down there in the midst of everything. With that, as the end of Berenor's turn, we are on to Delwyn with the
Okay.
prisoners coming up next.
So I'm gonna crawl back over here to make it seem like there's other people and just attack this guy. Stand up and attack the one closest to Turin. I'm gonna just shoot 2 short bow arrows at him. Ooh.
oh my god.
Ooh, yeah, 22, 23, even with their AC, and you're attacking this one up here, right? So you
Yeah, the
stand
one
up
on
from
top,
being
yeah.
prone, get up and pull back on your short bow, knocking in 2 arrows, fling through the air and possibly high as they arch over, go right in into the creature, dealing 8 and 6 points of damage. Now, I believe that puts it at 14. He's hurt. He's hurt pretty bad. He's as he's pierced by these 2 shafts. Anything else for your turn?
No, but can Ronyo jump over this tree chunk?
Yeah, she can leap over that. Her strength is pretty high, I think. Her strength score is, yeah, she's got a 15. So she can go 15 feet long jump as she runs across. But should I choose an animal, she can kind of clamber on up and go across. Is there something else you want to do beyond
Oh,
just
I
running
wanted
past?
her to like attack.
Got it.
Prone on. Sorry.
Got it.
Yeah. So
Roll strength just to
so-
see if she can keep moving without doing like, because she's got a decent lunge anyways. She's going to do a standing leap just to see if she can cross it, leap over, hurdle this fallen branch without costing movement. Ooh, nice. That's a 20. Oh, well, synthetic 20. So 18 plus 2, 20 on that as she leaps across and full movement, gets to the other side as it and jumps over top, landing right beside the creature. You can go ahead and roll your attack on that as she
Yes.
a 10, but at advantage 25 hits for well, this is
Okay.
didn't it roll damage? It didn't roll the damage.
2d6 plus 4. So
2d6
hold on.
plus 4, and I will double check to make sure it is considered an attack. So it will roll. It is considered an attack. Why is it not rolling? That's interesting.
10 points of
Piercing,
damage.
Yeah.
So 10 points.
10 points. It also has disadvantage on his next attack as she starts to strangle it in the neck, biting down. 10 points of damage, including the early damage from the bludgeoning it took from fall. It is still up. Still up.
Ugh.
But it does
Well,
look hurt.
Good girl, Ronyo.
All right.
Let's keep
She turns over with like a big of flesh on her mouth and and it goes right back down to feeding away. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Whoops, too far. We are not on the orcs. We are on to go back. Boop. Top of the key. So top of the key, before the orcs go, we have Clef and Kenny and Trison. They're gonna do their efforts. Alright, let's see, I got my crossbow, but I've also got my club. And I will use that and move up a little ways from where that's as far as I can go. That's it. And then the other one is going to move over to the side. He's going to move as well over here. and they're going to have the crossbows ready in case anything comes charging out the door. As they look at the little hobbit struggling on the side there. Actually, one of them is going to move. We'll redact that. He's going to go over here, and he's going to actually move to the side and give some aid to the hobbit if he can get there 30 feet. Boom, he moves over there. The prisoners, they begin to look at Berenor and the situation that you're in over here. Just and they start to flee, running to the side. They're going to use their action to try and pull the lever. But that being said, we gotta throw some other dudes here onto the initiative.
No, we don't have to.
He's a
Yeah.
Gonna die.
10, and these ones are a 19. Oh, the orcs are like all going first, just about.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah, this is grand. All right.
That's great.
But they work together and they start to pull on it as they pull the lever. It takes two of them, their efforts, as they rush over, and because they are weakened and exhausted, they push down on the lever, and that's the best I can do. As you do see the pulley function move, the chain moving, and the gate opening up. So now that it is open, you can see fully within, and you see all the prisoners being held captive by these orcs. These two prisoners over here who are ready to escape, but that they can't yet. This big guy to the south, and mining entrances over and here and here, and a cowering prisoner sitting on the side on the ground. That said, I think that is the end of their turn. We have one of these dudes. He's going to try to get up as he fights. Get off from me! Yeah! As he struggles to get up from the ground here, from being prone, trying to fight against the creature. He is not grappled because it wasn't launched, but he has disadvantage on his attack, so he's going to swing, and he's actually he's going to scurry away. He's going to try to move to the side. No, he's not. He's going to go up the little cliff face. So provoking attack of opportunity. Ronio can attack.
Okay, hold on.
And then with that, he's going to actually pull back on his short bow, trying to shoot the creature. 23 does hit for 10 points of damage on Ronio, and 13 does not hit for Ronio as she snaps. He kicks away. Yeah, you damn beast! Yeah, shoots out a little bolt that plunges into her side. As it hits the side of her chest, there's a little bit of fire as well, so it takes 6 piercing and 4 fire damage.
No.
I don't know how Ronio is feeling, but I feel like she's not feeling good.
She's at 4. She's at 4.
Oh, Ronio is limping along. So he's still on the ground. He's still prone. He kind of kicked away from where he's at. No, he did get up.
Dare
he did
you.
get up. He got back up from being prone. So he is back up as he did kick away before his shot and then went off. And I think that's all of those. He's got one more shot he could do. So he's going to do, yeah, he's got 2 actions for the shot. He's going to do one more unless he's doing a special attack. So, in that case, I'm sorry, Rodeo.
No!
Oh, does 14 hits?
No, it's not. It doesn't.
Oh,
It's
it
18.
misfires as it shoots off to the side, and you kind of hear it go as it shoots straight up, and then it goes down, landing behind, lighting some of the fire right beside this guy. He's like, oh, that was close. I almost got hit. That being said, we are on to these ones who have set up beside these little white ones. This one is getting up from where he's at. He is not dead. He's standing back up from Berenor and grabbing onto his scimitars as he wrestles his way out from underneath you. And he stands up from where he's at and begins to move over towards the slaves. Get back here! And he lashes out towards them with non-lethal damage, trying to strike down with his this is scimitar, but his we will make it scimitar 2. I think this one had flavored it differently with the text, but scimitar here, and 1. Non-lethal, 10, 15. That guy goes unconscious. he is down as he is slunk over there. So he's unconscious. That is the end of his turn. The other ones they're kind of arming up as they grasp onto the chains and their prisoners, even more so. Now we're on to the orc hunters. I think there's only one, and it's against you, Turn. As he turns aside, seeing you, he brandishes his bladed short bow as he swings it upwards. Tries to swing out towards you. 26 hits. Yes. Oh, what's going on with the unconscious thing? That was weird. Oh, I see. You put it on there. Gotcha. For Berenor.
For me, yeah.
Excellent. So, Berenor, or Turin, that does hit you for 12 and 1 necrotic. So, I think half of that for 12 is 6, 1 necrotic for 7 points of damage. Excellent. As the blade kind of slinks in and stabs you, and you can see some of the flesh actually pierce through. The blood starts to rot away as the blood pours out of your nice dwarven armor. And that is the end of their turn. Esmeralda, it is yours. What turn coming up next? Esmeralda, what do you do?
I would like to take a deep breath and try and climb up this wall. Athletics.
Athletics, yeah. Oh, hey, with a -3, that's an excellent roll. 15
Nice.
is enough for you to move at half your movement speed to get up and climb on up the area. You're not going to fall. So you do your best effort as you struggle your way up. You have 30 feet of movement, and it's going to take 2 ways to get 2 rounds to climb up. But with you, 4 rounds.
Could she bonus action dash?
She can bonus action dash. Correct. You can do that.
I will do that since I was
So
able to
dash,
get up.
you can get there 30 feet. You're now halfway up. You could dash one more time to
Action dash, yeah.
Action dash,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll do that.
So that gets you. You'll be within range on the next round if you continue to run on up. So you're now like 20 feet up in the air after using all your. Actually, more
right
like
here?
25 feet.
Yeah.
As you rush up a little ways. That being said, anything else for your turn? I think that's it.
I think that's all I can do.
That's all you can do. Turn
I'm
it is
just saying
yours.
to myself, yes, Esme, you got this. Yeah.
The little hobbit is doing their best as she climbs up. Awesome. Love the effort. Turn, it is your turn with Clover coming up next. Turn, what do you do?
I'm going to kind of look down at the blood that's trickling down the front of my armor and smile and hit him in the face.
Oh, yeah. That hits, yeah. Roll your damage. Look at you displaying all the beautiful statistics on your legendary hammer there.
Yeah, it's
That's nice. It's pretty.
Can I do that now?
You
not
roll
the right
your click the hammer part, like in the chat. We could change that, but make it automatic. But you click the
That's
hammer in the chat box. Hammer of turn 12th son.
Oh, click this.
Yes.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Cool.
10 and 3 and I'm assuming the 3 is you got more to that too. You can do the cleaving.
Yeah, so I'll give him he's the only one there, so cleaving plus 10 plus 3 plus 3 more, so 16 plus what is that? 2 or 3 additional for the fury.
Mm-hmm.
So 19 damage total.
Yeah. How do you kill him?
Yes.
Just smile at him, and then as I turn away to head towards the wall, I'll kind of backswing with the hammer and just pin his head against the side of the the wood and smash through so that he kind of like the messy bits of his head that remain are like poking through the wood and dripping down the side.
Oh, the blood's trickling down the side of the wood. Just
Because that's my shadow weakness.
nice.
And then I will move to this side. How far
In terms
is
of
this?
movement, that was
15.
From here. Boop, 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 boop.
15.
Yeah, 15.
Cool. So as I move across this, I'll kind of increase my speed to a jog and then leap from this corner. Seeing following Berenor's example, I'm going to leap onto this guy.
But
Yeah,
you have more than
okay.
12 hit points, though, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Ooh, 14,
not many.
half of that. So that's, you still got your rage up. So 14, 7 points of bludgeoning. Now, since Berenor, you did his acrobatics before to jump out as far as he didn't get the chance to do acrobatics to soften a blow. So, but you get the opportunity to try and use your acrobatics to soften a blow, since you're jumping from here onto the
Okay.
creature.
Acrobatics, probably not going to be
So
great.
I should have softened the blow, or I couldn't have.
No, you couldn't have, because you
Got
used
it.
your acrobatics to do the jump.
Got it.
But wow, and token 20, nat 20, beautiful. Yes, that softens it even more. So you get to take half, another 7 down to 3 points of bludgeoning damage. But the creature who you land on, as you plunge your feet. Are you going feet first in this, or you trying
Hammer
to
first.
Oh,
I've
I
got
like it.
I've got one attack left, and I'm just gonna like take a running leap off of the side and try to come down with my hammer
Yes.
as an attack.
Hammer, go for it. Swing it. Go for it.
Right. 26 to hit.
Yes. So you have 14 damage to it from the bludgeoning, included from the drop. So 14 added on to the normal 15 plus 5 plus your cleaving. I'm assuming that's another 3.
So 25 damage
23, 20
Plus
plus the
2
14
for
on top of
fury.
that is 39, which is enough to kill this guy. How do you kill him?
I want to like flying leap and land on top of him. Both hit the ground, and I pop back up and just my favorite thing is just smashing little orc heads into paste.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to have you roll a wisdom save. You also get DM inspiration. Berenor, I'll give you one as well for your effort as well. The Assassin's Creed style. Love both that stuff. DM inspiration for both of you, but wisdom save for turns overly zealous efforts.
How's a 10?
That, my friend, is a point of shadow as you relish in the violent combat here. And I think that's it for your turn. You have to do 2 attacks. Anything else?
No.
Excellent. Beautiful. I love it. We are on to Clover with Krav the Crusher coming up next.
Clover is going to attempt to crawl to get his dagger. He'll have to action dash as well. As long as you stay down, you can move your full movement, or
So yes, if you're staying down, it would be half movement, crawling along the ground.
okay. Well, I probably would make it to here, and
yeah.
with
Well,
my dash.
half. Oh, with your dash, yes. You could
Yeah.
go a little bit further, actually. I think.
Okay.
Well, no. Yeah. With your dash, you can go one more. Go here, here, here.
I'll probably stay there and use my
Hello, my friend.
unobtrusiveness to hide behind this bigger guy.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Is that like a stealth roll?
Sorry. Is that what? I'm sorry. One more time.
To hide behind this guy.
Oh, stealth roll. Yes, you
Yeah,
can. You can roll your stealth as your action. Go for it.
Okay.
24 as your normal. Yes. You do get 24 on your stealth. Nice. That's a good one. You do manage to hide behind this creature. Nothing else can see you. Actually, oh, there you go. I don't see him. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's all. I'll get my dagger next turn.
Dagger brandished, hidden behind the big guy. We are now onto this fella here, Krav the Crusher. As he holds on to the prisoner, he is stomping his way this way towards Turin, over there. So he is going to and dragging the prisoner with him along the ground. He's got him by the hair, and the person's kind of struggling. As he's gripping on with his hand, just dragging him along. You can see the marks on the ground from the feet just being trailed behind. And I think he doesn't have... Does he have a range attack? I don't believe I gave him one. No, he doesn't. Bummer. Alright, that's the end of his turn as he actually points his finger, his fat finger, towards you. Massive grubby hand. His huge great club with spikes shooting out of it towards the dwarf. And you hear him bellow, "Dwarf! And that is the end of his turn.
Can I respond?
Yeah.
I'll look up and see him for the first time because I wasn't paying attention earlier, and smile. And I reach down with my free hand and take a handful of orc blood and just paint my face and smile.
All right. I love to see where this is going. Berenor, give me a death save.
How do you do this on here?
So you roll in your character sheet. It should be something called I think this in your character sheet. It says saves on it.
You can just click the death saves words in the death save box.
Where is that
Right
box?
under your temporary hit points.
In your character sheet in the middle.
Next to the hit dice.
Got it.
Middle. Oh, a nat 20! Wow!
I'm awake with 1 hit point, right?
You're awake with 1 hit point. As you wink out consciousness here, you feel
Holy
the heartbeat in
shit.
your head just oof, 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 oof. And suddenly something within you see a vision of like a faded vision there of Rin reaching out and trying to grasp at you, but her face morphs a little bit and you now see the new Hobbit, your new Hobbit friend, Rin's friend, Esme, as she reaches down with a smile. And then when you open your eyes, suddenly you just open up and you see you're down on the ground, prone, no longer conscious, seeing everything back to where you are, the grittiness, the smell of the orcs, the smell of blood on you. As you stand up and move over to the creature, as you look to the side, you see this creature that has knocked unconscious one of the prisoners. The gate is open. What do you do?
The gate is actually opened?
The gate is actually open.
Got it. I'm gonna attack with advantage because I get my first attack as advantage to that guy.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, no whammies.
No whammies. Yeah. Oh, nice. 28, 13 points of piercing. How do you kill him?
Oh my god. Just through his throat from the back out, and I'm gonna yell to this guy. Good job. You can flee or help your friends. Take the weapons and help us. Oh god. But you said the gate is open, right?
The gate is open. I will, during the break, I will try to tweak it to see if it make it a little more apparent. But yes, it is open. Anything else for your turn?
Was my crossbow a bonus action to shoot? Because I'm just hitting a trigger. So could I action throw a dagger and then bonus action shoot the crossbow?
No.
Okay.
So you did the short sword. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna shoot the big guy
Okay.
with the crossbow.
Pulling out your stubby hand, you have the crossbow ready.
Yep.
Or stubby arm. It flings outward.
Just the
and
first one. Sorry.
First one. Okay.
Would I have advantage? It doesn't matter.
No, you wouldn't have advantage on this
Yeah.
one. Let me double check. -1 penalty. Yes. So then, it hits. Yes, it hits.
Okay.
11 points of piercing.
11 points of piercing.
It
So
sinks in.
This thing is open.
It is open, correct.
15, 20, 25. So I could get right there.
You
Yeah.
could.
Oh no, because
Yeah.
I was prone. I was
Oh,
prone.
No,
I was
you're prone. You only have 15 feet of movement.
So it's right there. Okay. Clover, where are you?
Oh my god.
Excellent.
It's my turn.
And then we are on to Delwyn.
Awesome. I'm going to stand up and stay standing, and so that's 15, right? I'm gonna come over here, and then I'm gonna shoot my arrow at this guy again.
Ooh,
Twice.
yes.
Shoot
So
'em.
you're over here. Are you standing back up for being prone?
Yes. Yeah.
Got it. So no longer prone. You stand up and you pull out your short bow. Pull back. You have 2 attacks. Go for it. This is a clear
1,
shot, by the
2.
way. Just a
Ooh.
straight up shot. 13, 24
Okay.
hits. 13 does not. As
Okay.
the short bow plunges in. First shot goes wide. Pull back at the second one. Goes through and hits the creature in the side as it grimaces. And it looks really bad now. Anything else for your
Great.
turn?
I would like to call Ronio over and have her hide back here, and like
Okay.
prone.
She limps away as
Okay, go. Go ahead and rest. Down, down, down. Rest.
as she limps her way behind the area, and she puts her paws over her little head like this, around the nose, and goes prone. All right. With that, anything else for your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Then we are going on break. As we enter the top of the key here to see what happens next, wait around, make sure last chance here to enter in exclamation point critical to see if you can win some dice. When we return, we will tell you who won the dice giveaway, and then we can see what happens with this big guy here. Wah.
Turn kills him.
Nothing good.
Everything is awesome. Everything is fine. You're great. But yes, break.
Okay. See you guys in 10 minutes.
Yeah, break. we're back. Congratulations to the Frisky Clicker. You've won the dice giveaway. So you know what to do. Message Chris Solo in Discord. Follow our Discord link. Join up. Talk to him. Send him a DM. Get your dice. Other than that, before we jump back in, if you didn't win this time, no worries. Don't fret. You get another chance. Go ahead and enter in !critical for the second opportunity. We will discover who wins that drawing at the end of the session. So stick around, enter it in, see if you win some dice. With that, we are back into the combat. Last we left off, you all were in a fierce fight outside this mining camp with the palisade, the little walls there, wooden structure, opened up just recently from the prisoners within. Berenor and Turin had leaped over top like big old badasses through the air, Assassin's Creed style, and plunged their blades and killed the creatures. Berenor, though, his efforts brought him down, and now he's gotten back up with a nat 20, a token 20. He went back up. He is at 1 hit point. The door is open, but there's this massive creature ready to engage into combat. With that said, we are now top of the key. The first thing that happens is we got the prisoners moving about as they struggle. Last, I think, Berenor commanded them. They kind of look at you and and they run 15 feet because they are exhausted. That's as far as they go, running away. With those done, we are now on to Cliff, Kenny, and Trison, who are coming over to approach them and stand in front. Trison is here. This guy, where did your Hobbit go? Well, it don't matter. It's alright, I'm just gonna go this way. And he goes over to the side and moves forward, taking away your little hiding spot. He doesn't know where you're at, so he's gonna move in. To battle! As he comes forward, and the last one is he's gonna stand back just a little ways as he moves in as well. I think there's only one left. We're now on to the Orca Fusilier. This side, I think. He's looking rough. Last I recall, he's looking really bad. Romeo had just escaped. Delwyn, you just shot him, so he's going to pull back his bow, and he's going to shoot. Actually, after the big guy moved, he sees you two on the ground, crouching, just hiding there. So I'm going to roll a d4, and 1, 2 is Delwyn, and 3 and 4 is the other one, as you can't decide. 1, 2, that's Delwyn. 2 shots towards you. 1, 2, 25 hits, 18. I'm not sure. I don't think that might hit.
Is that's not with any advantages right on my AC anymore, so that does hit.
Okay. Then 25, 18 straight up attack. So it's 9 and 2, 11 and 5 for a total of 20 piercing and 7 fire damage as he pulls back.
You're paying for the pain you've given me.
2 shots of the crossbow fling outward and pierce you in the chest. And as it does, it begins to light a fire. You can feel searing pain shoot through your body as the flames kind of char your outside of the skin.
Oh, that's not good. Well, that's cool. That's cool.
And he's going to climb on up the rest of the way, use the rest of his movement to clamber on up, and he doesn't get all the way to the top. He is right here from where he's at. That being the last one of him, we are now on to the other ones. This guy is deaded, I believe. You killed him. He died.
He did.
He did, so let's make sure we know he did. And I think the other one he did. This is only one of that version. He is up. So this one is up. He is going to grab on, and he's got a spear as he throws his spear through the air towards eeny, meeny, miny, mo, probably Turin. But we'll do a d4 to see what happens. 1, 2 is Berenor, 3 and 4 is Turin. Oh, come on. Berenor.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna use a DM inspo to make you re-roll that.
Oh, just make me roll the. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll roll a d4 again. Let's go. Let's do it. It is turn. So, the spear now being flung through the air. Let's see what happens. A 9 does not hit. Ooh, that 25 was on the other side. 9 does not hit. You ding right off the edge there. He pulls out his second one as he throws it through the air. Ooh, that's a nat 1. That's a Witch King 1. So you just hunker down with the big shield as it bounces off of your dwarven iron shield there. As he grimaces, and we are now on to the orc hunters. No, we're not. I don't think there's anyone left. No, they have all been killed. Well done. Esme, is your turn. With turn coming up next. Esme, what do you do? I believe you're climbing up top.
Yes.
You're 25 feet up.
Can I continue to climb into this area?
You can continue to climb. You've already rolled your athletics. Unless you do anything else, you can continue to keep that athletics, so you're climbing up.
I would like to keep that athletics.
Yes. So yes, you could do it half movement. You've got another 10 feet to go. So you can go at 10 feet to get to the top.
Here now?
You will need to use a dash to get the. No, you can get up to the very top. Yes, you can get up to the very top.
So how much
Because you have
movement
to go
do I
up
have
one
left?
little ledge over. But yes, you're on top. Yeah, very very good.
So how much movement do I have left? Do I have any regular movement left?
No, that was your full movement to get.
That was
to
my
there.
full movement. Okay.
Correct.
I would like to. Can I see over these walls, or am I too short?
So you can see. Good question. You do have goblins and orcs are not very tall, so the way they structured it is a little short. So you can see over it, but if you're like looking down towards the inside, from where you're at, it's too far away to really get a good grasp. You can see probably back here. You might be able to see this one, but it will have a. If you're shooting from where you're at, it would have
right.
partial.
If I like bonus action move to this corner, would I be able to attack?
Yes, you would be able to attack. You have a +2 to your attack, actually. Shooting from up top down to the ground. So you'd have +2 to anything you attack, except for this one. I think he has a little bit of cover. He has that cover from this guy because he's so tall.
I would like to attack the big guy. Would I have advantage because he doesn't know I'm here?
Ooh.
Because we're saving the slaves, would they count as an ally?
I think the slave would be an ally. I don't think you would get advantage because he doesn't see. He might not see you. Yeah, I would say either way. Yeah, he doesn't actually see you.
But I have advantage. It doesn't matter how I get it. I just got it.
You have advantage. You have your sneak attack. Go for it.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, 21. Does that hit?
21. Yes, it does for 7 points of piercing. In addition to your
plus
16
sneak
whopping
attack.
sneak attack. Nice. There are 2 crits in there, or two max damage rolls on that with 2 6s. So that puts you at 23 points of damage as you pull back on your short bow, flings through the air and hits the creature right in the chest. Doesn't seem to take much notice.
That's okay.
Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
All right, then we are on to Turn with Clover coming up next. Turn, what do you do as this guy has challenged you out?
The only thing Turin can do, he's going to, with his orc blood handprint, face paint, war paint,
Yes.
he's going to jump up and position himself right about here between Berenor and the Crusher.
I believe you would have to spend half your movement to get up. You have 35, so it's kind of weird, but I'll go ahead and give it to you. Just you could be right here, actually.
Right where now?
From where you're at, because half movement to get up from being prone from the jump.
I was prone. I thought I like landed on
maybe
top
you
of
got up
him
from-
and I like
Yeah, you did land
landed
on top.
on top of him and
That wasn't very clear how I described it. So we'll say you weren't prone, so you can move up to where you're at.
Cool. All right, and now in Turin's own particular idiom, he's going to do something stupid. You said this guy has a warhammer or a club.
He has a great club.
Great
with
club.
Spikes.
Spikes. And he's dragging a prisoner by the hair. So he's only holding his great club with one hand.
Yes.
Okay. I want to grab his great club by the spikes and try to take it away and throw it behind my back.
All
like
right.
he's holding it with one hand. I'm gonna grab it with both hands and just rip it out of his hands and throw it as far behind me as I can get it.
All right. This is going to be a grapple check to see versus it. So he's going to hold on to it with his athletics versus your athletics, and you're going to try and knock it away, almost like a disarm type thing.
Okay.
Ooh, 23 is really high.
Well, and that's just. Oh, okay. 24 because I have advantage.
24 because you're raging, correct? Ooh. Yeah. Let me see here. Now you will take some damage from it. This is D6 piercing. 4 points of piercing, half that 2. And his is also at advantage. But a 15 is not going to do it, even with a plus 6. Well, you rip it out from his hand and throw it to the side. I will say you could throw it, well, as an action. You would have to use another action to throw it. So I don't think you could actually throw it. You could drop it from where you're at. Because it'd be like a thrown object type thing. Or you can just hold on to it.
So if that was a grapple check, and a grapple check is an attack, can I then use the great club as an improvised weapon and make a ranged attack at this guy?
Yeah, you can. I mean, can you grapple and do an extra attack is what you're asking?
Well, so a grapple counts as an attack. I have 2 attacks.
Yes, because you can replace any. If you do a multiple, if you take the attack action, you can replace any of your attacks with a grapple or a shove. So yes, you could do that. You could grapple and then throw it from where you're at towards that creature. Yes, as improvised. It's not a finesse weapon; it's a strength weapon. So or the other. So roll it improvised attack. So, yeah.
Okay, so
D20 plus your strength plus. Are you proficient with martial weapons or simple weapons?
yes.
I think you are. Yeah. So you would be able to throw it proficient as well. Add your proficiency and your strength modifier.
So that's not great, but I'm really just trying to get it away from him. So what is our proficiency? It's 3, so 11 plus strength, you said?
Strength and proficiency, yes.
So 14.
14
total.
Let me double check his AC real quick. It does not hit. No.
Well,
it
then
doesn't.
I'm gonna DM inspo.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, wow, hey, I'm hoping 20 with that.
Amazing.
Okay. So what am I gonna roll for damage on this?
Oh, so damage-wise, you're rolling a 2d6 plus your strength modifier.
2d6.
So 9 plus 4, I think? 13?
9 plus 3.
9 plus 3, okay.
So
12 points
12.
of, and then roll a d6 on top of that.
plus 2 for fury. And then another d6, you said?
Yes, so 14 total. 14, oh, that's a good roll. 14, 19 points of damage. The creature is still up, but you kind of toss this thing through the air as you pull away. Your hand's still bleeding. You toss it out, and it slams into this creature. Right in. Well, no, this is double damage. Roll again. Sorry, not 2d6, 4d6. And two more d. So roll 3d6 more. 3d6 more.
3d6 more?
Yes. 3, 3, 6, and a 4 on piercing, so that's a total of 10 more. So that was 19, 29 points of damage. It is hurting. It's not down, but it is hurting as you slam this club through the air, and it just hits the creature right in the face, and he's. And it's like sticking to his face. The spikes just hung up there.
Ooh.
And this massive club. Anything else for your turn?
You probably want to go pick that up, won't you? Not much for talking. That's all.
He slams. He kind of swings his arm up against the chest. The prisoner being swung around as well. For flavor text.
That's
Anything
it.
else for your turn? All right. Then we are on to Clover with the Crusher coming up next. Clover, what do you do?
Clover's gonna make his way over to this guy, grab his dagger, and like yank it out of his face.
Yeah.
And then stand back up.
Okay.
Did that?
So that was 10
Grabbing the
movement to
da-
go crawl, and then standing up is another half of your full movement, so that's 15 feet on top of that, so you have 5 more feet of movement.
I'm gonna go here and like hide behind this guy.
Yeah.
While I start getting like some bandages ready for
Everyone.
Oh, everyone?
only
Yes.
one. So
All
we'll
right.
go with lowest hit points and work our way up.
Yes. Go ahead and roll a stealth.
Oh, okay. Yep.
As you duck behind Clef over here.
13.
13. I don't think his passive perception still sees you. Let me double check. So as you approach,
Does he even
he-
know I'm there?
Well, he did when you the first one. He kind of says, "Oh, there you are. I fought you.
Oh,
Wait,
that
where'd you
guy.
go?
He knows.
Where'd you go? He's going again. Oh, I thought I saw a hobbit."
Well, I
did. I did see a
hobbit.
Yeah, that's should be the end of my turn, I think.
And then we are on to Krav the Crusher. Mad as a hornet he is, as he takes his free hand and he goes in for a grapple. And you're not gonna like this one. As he does, his action is called Massive Shove. He has a choice here. He's doing the grapple to grab onto your beard. You just big hand coming out. So roll in athletics or acrobatics.
Well, it's got to be athletics for sure.
By the way, it's a plus 10. So I
Oh,
see.
I shouldn't have
the
rolled
first
twice.
one.
Sorry.
Yes. So the 15, 12, 15 is your advantage on it. His is 22, so he does grapple you with one hand and holds you there by the beard and starts to pick you up from where you're at, being drug and forward. So he has the hair in one hand, the beard in the other, and here's the other one. He takes both of you and slams you against each other twice, doing his patented crush attack. So that, yes.
I was actually going to use another. Is there a limit on how much Demon's Bow I can use? Because I was definitely going to re-roll that.
Once per turn.
Okay.
So you can try re-roll. Yes, go for it.
Okay. That's fine.
Standard fare. We are, it is now canon what this happens. So 2 times now he does his little crush as he swings in, each one dealing a 1d10. Let me go ahead and roll that. 1d10, so that's 2d10 points of damage 2d10 plus 10.
Not the beard.
22 points of damage as the person with the hair just goes completely unconscious. The first slam, you see the eyes of the prisoner look at you, their face emaciated and bloodshot eyes, and a fear coming as he's riding towards you through the air, possibly sees you, your heads slam against each other, and as you pull back, you're feeling the crushing pain from the hit. You look at the other one, their head is just slumped over. Their body is slumped over. And then again, as the prisoner is slammed against you, dealing 22 points of bludgeoning, half that to 11 for you. So 11 points total. And that is the end of its turn. No, it's going to actually, after it does that, it's moving this way and carrying you all with it as it goes to pick up its thing, but doesn't pick it up on this turn. So he can interact with it, he can't use it. He's bent down to grab it, essentially. But that is the end of his turn. We are on to Berenor with Delwyn coming up next. Berenor, what do you do?
I'm going to look at Clover extremely angry. And then I'm going to turn and run after that guy. I know I get advantage because I get advantage of my first attack, but would I get advantage on the other attacks because I'm flanking him and he's walking away from me?
No.
Okay.
Remind me again why you get advantage one more time.
It's one of the wanderer things. I'd have to dig.
It's on the first attack.
First attack of each round.
Of each round?
Yeah.
I think it's if it's a combat, like your first attack in the combat.
Is it?
I believe so. I'll tell you what. I'll let you have advantage on it. We'll look it up and then we'll see from there. Just to double check. But for now, we'll do the advantage and then confirm later on. I'll take a look and see what we can find. Sound good?
First round of attacks in every combat has advantage.
First round of attacks. In Ways of the Wild? Or in...
Yeah, Ways of the Wild. Your first round of attacks. Oh, so all 3 of my attacks in the first round would have had advantage.
First round, yeah. So
Got it.
that will be the
Okay.
first round of like the combat.
Got it. So it's evened out because I've used advantage 3
Yeah,
times, so we're
sure.
fine. All right.
Okay.
So normal attack.
Normal attack, yes. Go for it. 23 hits anyways. 14 points of piercing damage. As you plunge your short sword in, you still have more actions. What are you doing? Extra attack, 17 or 12 does not hit.
DM inspo.
DM inspo, okay. I think that's your last one, isn't
That's
it?
my last
Or
one,
do
yeah.
You have one.
No, that was my last one. You gave it to me for the cool
Oh, that's right. You're right.
29 hit.
29, yes. Definitely hits. 12 points of damage, so 12, 14 as you plunge your short sword in. One more attack bonus action.
15.
You go in with your short sword. Just flurry of blows here. The 15 does not. As you plunge it in, you go in for another strike. As it swings down, instead of stabbing motion, you go for a cut, and you can feel like the tough skin, the exterior, just not able to cut through. And in fact, because of I have to see double check here. This is a nasty one. You're not gonna like this.
Keep saying that.
When attack against the creature, slashing your piercing weapon fails. The weapon is damaged. You have a -1 penalty to your damage rolls, and it stacks. So you failed twice. No, you failed. Sorry, you failed once. So -1 to your damage rolls.
Just against this guy?
Just against that guy.
Got
No,
it.
in general. No, in general. Sorry, in general. It's damaged your weapon.
Okay.
So now you just make a note of that. -1 to your attack. So the last attack went through as normal, but then after that, yeah, last attack didn't go through.
Is
actually,
that a
but,
permanent thing?
That's a permanent. Yes, a -1 permanent.
Got
as
it.
you feel your short sword kind of crack against his tough hide.
Got it. So
that
is it a free
yes.
action to sheath my sword?
Yeah, you can sheath.
Okay.
and
So
unsheath
I'm gonna
the sword,
sheath
free action.
that sword and then grab my right-handed sword and pull that one out.
Okay.
Because I had 2, I only have one hand.
Okay.
But
Alright.
that's noted. I will write that down. All right, that's
Noted.
my turn though. I can't do anything else.
Excellent. Then we are on to, I believe, Delwyn. Delwyn, what do you do?
All right, I'm going to move to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think I can reach him from here. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my short bow at him twice.
Got it.
Can I? Come on. Oh, okay. Well, do either of those hit? 18 and 14.
18 and 14, and remind me again, you're hitting the big guy as well?
The big guy. Yep.
The big guy. The 18 hits, yes.
Oh, great. Well, that's just measly 5 piercing damage.
5 points of piercing as arrow flings through the air and pierces him. He's got like 3 shafts just stuck in there and not really paying attention to it.
That's great. That's all I can do.
All right. Top of the key. These the ruffians are all going to pull back on their crossbow and take their shots. I think from where they're at, they're actually going to line up and take all shots towards that guy to assist. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. One of them hits, and I don't know why I didn't do the actual damage, but that is a 1d6. 6 plus 2. 7 points of damage as one of them, as a shoot through. You see Clef kind of accelerate. Oh, I got him! I got him! He's been pierced by me bolt. And as the end of their turn, the other prisoners, they're running some more. They go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. You're not. One of them was unconscious. I forgot. Why is he running? He's unconscious. He's back here at the lever. I was like, why is he got unconscious? Oh, he is unconscious. Yeah. That being said, we still got this guy who's clambering on up. And he's going to make his way from the top of the section, clamber on up, and move over to where he's at. And I need you all to roll dex saves down this way. This will be the prisoner as well. So he's going to roll dex 20.
Do we have 3 allies or 4?
3.
Okay.
Am I incorrect on that?
Well, there's a 4th guy, but Clint, Clef, Kenny, and Trison.
Maybe you're right. I'd have to review the tapes.
Kenny's taking a nap.
Yeah, Kenny's taking.
We're going to keep it simple and just.
No, you're fine.
The 3.
I'm just making sure that I'm not crazy. Is all.
Okay. And this is going to be 1, 2, 3 on them. 1, 2, 3. There's only one pass. The big guy, he passed. Oh, I see something coming. And then Clover, yours was a 12 fail. Delwyn, yours was a fail. And the prisoner was, I think, rolled an 18. He actually dodged,
question is, can they see Delwyn between the two? Because he's like shorter a bit.
No,
Good
they can't see
question.
you.
Does he have cover?
So essentially, they're aiming. It's spray and pray, essentially. So you're rolling dex save no matter what in this area.
Okay.
But yes, it's a 60-foot cone effect. That's kind of
You know,
goes. So
can I
yes,
use a DM inspiration to re-roll this? Fun stuff. Or
yes. I
is it
don't know
too
if
late?
you have one though.
I had exactly 1.
Oh, exactly one. Okay, got it. Let's make it a point to
Whoops,
where
I'm
we go
sorry,
on the
that was
character
the wrong
sheet. And
one.
we keep track of those things, otherwise I'm going to completely forget.
Ah!
But yes, yes, good. So half damage for you. We will go ahead and roll those real quick. That's just 2d6 plus 6. 2d6 plus 6. 11 points of damage. Half that 5. So 5 would be for the prisoner. Prisoner actually goes down. So he's unconscious as he gets pelted. All these shots slinging through the air, the bolts raining down from up high as he cackles and laughs.
Die!
He shot around the area. I think the big guy gets hit. Ow! It hurt. And the other ones kind of get his. Well, they take 11 points, but they're still okay at the moment, except for the one in the back. He actually goes down as well as he takes a nasty hit. He goes unconscious. So that's Trison is in the middle, and then this guy, he is not. He goes down the back. So I think that is the end of their turn as they finish their stuff. That being said, we are now onto this guy, not him, but this one over here, because this one is gone. he is going to.
Oh, sorry, boss. I didn't mean to have it stick to my face.
And he's going to move backwards from where he's at. Drop his hold on the prisoners, who he's got kind of chained around their neck, attached to him, kind of like a whip or a leash. And then he's going to let go of the chains for a second to grab his spear and thrust it into your body, Turin. So let's see what we can do here. Two-handed, it goes in with an attack. 18 does not go through, and 12 does not go through. So both of them blocked by your shield as you ting against it. 11 and 8, Christine, avoided entirely. That's the end of their turn. Esme, it is yours. What turn coming up next? Esme, what do you do?
I would like to shoot an arrow at the big guy's head.
Just to clarify, he was over here. Yeah, go for it. You have allies there, so obviously sneak attack. And you have +2 to your attack roll, since you're shooting from up high. Ooh, yeah, definitely hits. 27 for a total of 10 plus your sneak. 19 points of damage as your short bow plunges in. Another one, another shaft. 4 arrows sticking out of this. He's a pincushion now. Almost equal to Berenor. I think Berenor, you have 3 arrows in you, actually.
I thought it was more, but that's fine.
Maybe more. You definitely took some hurting, but in either case, as you compete against each other with who's the worst pincushion, this guy doesn't seem to care. He is still up. Anything else for your turn?
I would like to bonus action hide.
All right, bonus action. Roll your stealth as you duck underneath there.
22.
Nice. Then we are on to Turin. With Clover coming up next. Turin, what do you do?
Aside from being furious that this guy's touched my beard,
Yeah, you're lifted off the ground, and you're in his hand. You can swing your warhammer still. Ting! Against him. 11 is not going to do it. However, you could do an inspiration it up.
Get
21 does. So, to clarify, actually, hold on, let me double check. Crusher 1, I think it's only for piercing and slashing. So no, it doesn't affect your weapon. It doesn't chip off your warhammer.
Okay.
Slam up against his thick, tough hide. The first one, it just glances a blow off of it. The second one, you go in and hit him right in the head. Boom! For 15.7. Added to that, what's the total damage?
23, 25 to him, and then the cleaving damage is gonna go to this guy.
Yes.
So 3 damage to him.
3 to him as he takes a as you swing around, and then continue arching your arm forward as the last blow hits him as well. His side crushing his arm a little bit. The big guy,
Then second attack.
Oh.
26.
Well, the first.
to hit.
Okay, so the first one you did do DM inspiration, correct?
Yeah, I inspoed that one.
Got it. So the 26, yes, it hits as well. Same thing.
And 19.
Second first, same as the first.
Yeah, 21 damage, and then 3 to this guy.
Excellent. Again. Anything else for your turn?
How does this guy look?
He's okay. He's not bad.
He's not bad. This guy?
Not bad.
The guy that I stuck the 29 points of damage.
Oh, that's right. You did do the 29. No, he with the 3-6 that puts him at 35. Yeah, he's looking rough.
Okay. That's it. I'll feel around in my pockets for a penknife.
Okay. Clover, it is your turn with Krav the Crusher coming up next.
Okay. Clover's gonna look up to the hired help and call out, do y'all have anything that we can use, like salve, bandages?
Oh,
Anything?
he's back. Hey, Hobbit. Salves, I've got a flower. Is that not a salve?
It's on the flower.
He pulls out a flower. It's just a little pink flower.
No,
It's real
no,
pretty.
that's not gonna help.
Oh. Go
Useless.
across, bro.
If I move here, will it be underneath where that guy can't shoot me again?
Ooh. Well, now that you've talked a little bit, you could use your action to keep your words a whisper by rolling stealth, or you will be exposed and he knows where you're at and will track your movements and may target you or may not. But from where he's at, if you duck up against the wall, you would have at least half cover,
Okay.
nullifying his +2 to his attack roll.
Okay. I'm gonna move there, and I'm going to try and throw my dagger at this guy's face.
Yeah, go for it. Now you're throwing a dagger. It's 20-60, so it would be a disadvantage,
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, it's 45.
Disadvantage is selected.
21, 23. Yeah, 21 actually. Yeah, hits. Roll damage.
I found my new thing. 6 damage.
Oh, I'm sorry, Turin. How did you kill this guy?
Oh gosh!
What's up?
Same deal. I'm just like mad at the guys that are here that are supposed to be helping us that aren't really helping us. And I just like throw this thing at the other orc. Not even sure if I was gonna hit it.
Blood, just black blood, suddenly sprays on you, Turin.
Oh no! Not on the beard.
Down he goes. Eyes roll back in the back of his head.
Oh god.
Anything else, Clover?
Nope, just gonna cling to life. Hope I don't get killed by Turin, more or less.
Well, Krav the Crusher, his turn, as he is now letting go of the prisoner and he is grabbing on to you, Berenor.
Oh no.
As he
Not his
turns around,
hammer? Not his hammer?
he didn't grab his hammer or his club. He didn't grab the club. He's grabbing you. So this is a grapple check if you want to try to avoid it.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics, yes, acrobatics. That versus his strength at a +10.
Can I use my reaction and squirm around a whole lot and give like squirm
You
by
can
the
use your
beard?
help action on your turn, but you didn't declare it. So, no.
Any subscribers out there that want to throw some luck?
Oh, he actually rolled low. He rolled a 9 as you squirm about, but that's a +10, so it's 19. But that's enough to beat a 13. So yes, he grabs onto you, and he can only do one of these now instead of 2 on the other turn. But he slams you 2 together, best friends, as he takes up his big arm, grabs the top of your head and just.
Hey,
That's
Berenor.
a D10.
Hey,
Ignore the attack roll on that. It's the only way I can make it roll automatically. So 14 points of bludgeoning damage to poor Berenor, who goes unconscious as the first swing
grief.
peels apart. Berenor, you just see your face barreling towards Turin, grabbed by the beard as you headbutt each other right in. And you fall unconscious. You kind of wink a little bit as their vision blurs, and then you go down, slumping in there. You all see Berenor's body slump down. Turn, you take half of that, 7 points of bludgeoning.
this is what happens when I go into combat with half HP. Just so everyone's aware.
You're unconscious now. We are on to Berenor. Roll death save for me.
Immediately.
Oh no.
Fail.
Oh my god.
Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I was trying to figure out how to keep that token on with your turn. But yes, what was your death save?
Oz fail. We got a 4.
Just no. Yeah, now we are on to Delwyn. But Berenor, as you sit there unconscious, your mind's eye just swirls about, and you see little hobbits kind of dancing around you in a sort of ritualistic fashion. Each one looking like Brandon, and the other like Del. The other one mixed up with Delwyn won, Esme won, and Ren. Even though Delwyn is not a hobbit, they just like little people just dancing around, little feet, and they're smoking pipes and having a grand time.
Luck and inspo to me, but I'm also going to use my subscriber Luck and inspo to Turin.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Luck and inspo, got it. So that's one of each of you have that. So it's D6 for your inspo, and you have luck. Make a note of it on your character sheet. I believe you can do so. That way, make sure you're keeping track of all the stuff, your inspos and subscriber and subluck and whatnot. And as a reminder, subluck is a D6. Delwyn, it is your turn. As you see, Turin gets slammed up against Berenor, who's been grabbed by this massive orc, slamming their heads together. You have your newfound strange ruffian companions beside you. They shot their crossbows. That's about all they did. And you just got sprayed by the orc above.
Yeah, I'm gonna stagger over here and shoot the orc above.
Got it. It does have half cover, so it has a +2 to their AC from where you're at.
Okay, well, let's see how this goes. Aha!
21. 21 hits. 13 does not. 21 is 6 points of piercing. How do you kill this guy?
Yes.
Thank God. Thank Gandalf. I would just like to slowly raise this bow and just like fire blindly. He's too injured to really.
Ooh, yes. It goes down as you pull back the shot, whistling through the air. Creature dead. And
then
black blood
I
rains down and bleeds on the sides there towards Clover. Anything else for your turn?
Oh, sorry. As a bonus action, I'd just like to shout at Turin and be like, Turin! Hang in there! You got this! And give him an inspiration die.
Ooh, yes. Turin, you feel inspired by these words. You also have not only a luck, but you have a D8, I believe. So D6 and a D8 you can add to it.
Nice.
So luck is fancy. You could go ahead and add both of them in one turn if you'd like.
Also, another luck and inspo to the Esme.
Oh, Esme, you got it too. Nice.
Thanks.
Make a note of it on your sheet. That's 1 1 1 1 1 1. Excellent. That being said, top of the key, we have the 3 guys here. There's no more of these dudes. They're gone. There's no more of these dudes. They're gone. So it'll be Esme's turn after these little creatures go. The ruffians, one of them is down. He's going to roll his death save. So he's got a flat D20 on that. He is good as he is weaving in and out of consciousness. The other one is going to attack with the other two are attacking with the crossbow. The big guy. 1, 2, neither hit. As a.
Oh, I was trying to. You can't move your head, Delwyn. It's messing muscle up.
As he tries to balance the crossbow on your head like a sniper.
Oh my God. Gonna like
Sweet moving
shove it
about.
off.
It's really hard when you make me shake.
What are you?
I'm trying to help.
And that is the end of their turn. Esme, it is yours with the with turn coming up next. Esme, what do you do?
I'm gonna pop up from hiding and fire my arrow.
Go for it. 17 does not hit.
I would like to use an inspo.
Thank you.
Go for it. Roll again.
Oh, that's a D6. Is
No, luck, sorry, luck.
DM inspo, right?
yeah.
Okay, so
No,
you're using
regular luck.
Subscriber
Regular
luck is a
luck.
reroll. Yeah.
Okay, subscriber luck, then yes, do your roll there. Subscriber luck, 24 does hit for 10 points of piercing. Go ahead and roll your sneak. 19 points of damage
9 is
as you see
what
the
I
creature
rolled.
looking rough now as the shaft enters into its throat and is unable to talk as it kind of like uses its wiping Berenor's face on his throat.
Ew.
Berenor! And then I'm gonna hide.
All right, roll your stealth as we go on to Turin. Turin, your turn with Clover coming up next. What do you do? 18 stealth. That's nice. Good.
Well, I'm just gonna swing away. That didn't go well.
That's a no-go.
But that's
you do
fine.
have your bardic inspiration, or not bardic, warden inspiration,
Yeah.
D8, and your other inspo.
I'm gonna roll that. So that's a total of 20.
20. It
a hit?
Yes, it hits. Roll damage.
14. Not great. 17.
14, 3, 17, plus I'm guessing all of it goes in there, cleaving as well.
Yeah. So what is that? 22 points of damage.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to like drag the hammer down across his wrist that's holding Berenor. Try to get him to drop Berenor.
Oh.
I like it. Yeah, go ahead. Roll your attack.
Total of 26.
Yeah, I would say for a called shot like that, it would be a plus. It had a +2 to its AC, but 26 is definitely enough. Roll your damage.
Ooh. And ooh, gross. 20. So 22 points of damage on that.
Yeah, 20. How do you kill him?
Ooh. I hit him the first time, dragging across his knuckles so that he drops Berenor. And then seeing him like bleeding from the throat, I'll glance over, kind of as I'm hanging by the beard, glance over at Esme and say, "Thanks for the assist."
You
And
can't
then-
see me.
You saw the arrows kind of.
I know where the arrow came from.
But you can't see me. You don't get the satisfaction of seeing my face.
Well, you're below the line of the parapet, so no one can see you. But I'll kind of grab onto my beard and like use it as momentum to swing around with the hammer and drive the arrow that she shot into his neck like all the way through. And I want to hit it hard enough that it like flies out the back.
I like it. Go ahead and roll just to see how well this will work. I like the flavor text so much.
Hmm.
I just want to see if you could actually do it without breaking the shab. So let's see if you can actually do it. Go ahead and roll a strength check, just a strength, a regular strength, to see if you hit it so
Regular
hard that for a second it ignores the vibrations that are shot within it from your hammer. You just hit like in a right spot, ting, like a golf club. Yeah, you
24.
do. It goes right through, like a bullet, just right to the other side, and lands to the ground. As dust kind of flings up along with a mix of blood.
And then I, like, as he hits the ground and I get my feet up under me, I'll kind of extract my beard and then say, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. I'm not sure if that's the actual count or not, but that's what I'm going with.
You are out of combat. The prisoners rush over.
Thank you, masters.
These two are down for the count. This one is down. This one is rolling a death save. That's a D10. Whoops. That's D20. That's still bad. So he is bleeding out as he waves in and out of consciousness. These other two are still chained together. They're just looking at the situation, seeing surprised what's going on. Berenor, go ahead and roll death save for me as well. Just enough. One success. Whew. All right, you're free to do whatever you like at this point.
Clover's gonna
Like to
go
run
over to
down
Berenor
to-
first.
Run down to where everyone is.
Yeah. rush over to Berenor. He's on the ground, unconscious.
Are you gonna do something?
I need time. I know. He's just like fumbling for bandages and stuff to try and start getting Berenor back up.
Yeah, roll medicine check if that's what you're using bandages.
Okay.
Or are you doing healing hands?
I'm gonna do that after I stabilize him.
Okay, medicine check.
Thank you.
15 is enough with your bandages as you wrap around and try to press against the blood where you go through. You prop his head up just a little ways, and you can tell there's been some intense trauma to his head. You know that not to move him too much as you apply the rest of the wounds because he's been kind of jarred on it. You do take some, I guess, bath salt-like things, rub it over his face, and he kind of is stabilized. He's not conscious, though. You see his eyes pop open for a second and then kind of go back down.
I'm gonna need some time to work on him.
How much time?
At least 10 minutes.
Time is a commodity we may not have a lot of. And
I'll do my best.
I'm gonna start going from entrance to entrance, just checking, making sure that there aren't like reinforcements coming up from the depths anywhere.
Your passive perception of 13, you look through the one over here on this side, and this side, there's nothing going in. It looks pretty dark in there. This one up here in the north, you find that it glows with a reddish glow, and you do hear a bit of clattering.
Okay. I'm gonna stay. I'll look to this guy actually. What's down there?
He looks shocked with this chain on him. He's chained against some makeshift anchor that's attached to the wall. His eyes look at you in shock. He says nothing.
Fucking useless. I'll move back this way just a little bit, like right here, and call over my shoulder. Hurry. There's something down there. I don't know what it is, but I don't think we want to find out.
And Clover's just trying to make the most of the time that he has. If he's able to get the 10 minutes, it'll change whether or not I roll quick heal or long heal.
Gotcha. So as you're spending time doing this, the other one over there, he's actually suffering as well. You can hear him gasping for air. And you hear Tryson, he's down! He's
Stabilize him!
I'm trying!
Balance his head!
He does actually what you do, and you give him an advantage on his medicine check as you give him some advice. He, all right, and he grabs his head, and suddenly the choking stops as he throws some dirt and stuff and pulls off his vestments that he's wearing to use it as a makeshift pillow. I think I done it.
Yeah, you did. Good job. Kenny, John, Bob. I don't
Tryson.
Tryson, right.
Tryson.
Turin chuckles. Esme, you can pass unseen when you want to, correct? See if you can get a better view of what's in that tunnel.
How much hit points did I get back?
Am I doing the 10-minute roll, DM?
This is a 10-minute roll as you spend some time going through.
I will sneak into the mine just a little bit. See if I can get a better look at what's going on in there.
I will move you over to it. So you go inside, and I'm gonna move to you. Should both see it, right? See it now? Is Berenor there as well? Yeah. So you look in.
Oh yeah, I see.
You look inside, and you look down. You peer through. You can see the tracks continue to go forward. There's a bit of glow from there, and you can feel the sweltering heat as you walk through, and you can hear the clattering up ahead. As it sounds like things are just moving about, sort of a bumbling of hot liquid and clattering of armor and steel, and a couple of echoes reverberating along the way.
Get a walk!
I'd like to see if I can sneak forward and peek around the corner. Is there a corner I can peek around?
Sure, roll stealth.
Or... I'm so scared.
22, got it. So you're walking along. You can go ahead and move your token as you see fit.
I guess I just want to move up enough to peek around the corner. So I guess right here. Just want to be boop.
You look across. As much as you can see is just the glow, the reddish glow of lava. As you look ahead, and you can hear the of the forge, the hot liquid metal moving underneath this earth.
And I only see that one.
Yes.
That one guy and the one slave.
Oh, I know. You can see that. Yeah, you can see that.
Can see
from
it.
where you're at. You can't see it?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, you would see a little bit of that, and it looks like he's got him on a rope, and he's hoisting him over the top of the lava. As you move down, you can see him kind of throwing him to the side as if he's trying to.
See if you hit me again. This is what happens. Do you like that? You can feel the heat, can you? Let's see what your skin does when you're thrown into here.
And you can see the creature. And he tosses him from that point and into the fire as you hear this sickening cry of death throes kind of, but it goes away almost instantly as you hear the sizzling and smoke rises up from where the person melds within the hot red liquid.
Yeah, pathetic slaves.
And you see the other one, the orc, the green, gray creature, sort of hobble his way back up the mine shaft.
I'm going to slowly back up, probably teary-eyed. Turin.
Is it a party down there?
No. Someone just got thrown into lava, and there's more orcs. I only saw one, but I also saw someone. Oh God, it was terrible. Yep, Nope. That wasn't good. It wasn't good, Turin. We should probably go in there.
I think we're gonna have to.
Roll a wisdom save.
Is Berenor okay? Me?
Yeah, at advantage. You're a hobbit.
No, I'm not okay.
Because I witnessed terrible things.
Yes.
I vote we rest. I don't know, if we can. I could go for a rest, and I'm just gonna sit down next to Ronyo and cuddle with Romeo.
It's shaken you, Esme, seeing the sight, but it has not deterred you from your resolve. It is something that you may remember, though, in the future. Ronia whimpers as she sits there with these arrows pincushioned on her side.
Is someone gonna help Romeo?
Yeah, Clover, can you help Romeo? Can you help
Clover's
us?
like, he's like looking through his bag. We went through a week of bandages. One day.
I still have more
have any-
holes in my chest. I need more bandages.
I
Yeah.
also would
It's-
like some bandages, and Romeo needs some bandages.
Is
I
it-
don't.
As you guys are having this conversation, you see that Turin is like still actively bleeding from 4 or 5 different places on his body.
We could all use some bandages.
I'm going to over here where you said the guy was chained. Is it like a spike stuck into the rock face,
Yes,
or
it
like
is.
a ring of some kind?
It is.
Okay. I'm gonna pull that out so that he's freed.
You're just staring kind of blankly. They see what you're doing, and their head turns slowly, kind of zombified. And just stares out.
Are they obviously injured in some way?
They're emaciated but not injured.
Fuck.
Clover's gonna like get up and look over to Tweedledee and Tweedledeer. You two, come with me.
Me.
We need to go. Like, I need to find something. I have to go searching for anything. We can't go in there and just like. There's plants and stuff. There has to be something. We just need to look.
What do you mean? I've been keeping. I've got lots of plants. I've got the pink flowers.
If you
I've
show me
got
another
2 of them.
daisy, I will grab my dagger.
Oh, is that what it's called? I didn't name it Daisy, but I can change its name.
Clover just goes over to get his dagger out of the orc, and like, just sighs.
No, stupid. He means to go collect other things.
Yes.
I'll help you.
Yes.
Oh.
Just don't go in there until we get back. Promise.
Well, yeah, I'm going with you.
Not
I
you, I'm
promise
talking
I
to
won't
the
go in
others.
there.
Pay
Oh,
attention.
right. You're not talking to me. Right.
Don't take too long.
Try not to.
Are you sure you don't want extra help?
No. If anything pops off, I am leaving those 2 behind, just so you know.
Okay, good.
And I'm running back here. I say that just high enough to where they can hear. Then I sheath my dagger and start walking towards those guys and headed off back where we came to try and find any plants or anything that we could use, hopefully.
As you head deeper into the Vales, separating your party, with the mines now, the entrance cleared out.
Why you have to
But you
word
are
it like
wounded.
that?
This is where we end
Word
our
it like
session.
that.
Oh my god.
Why do you have to word it like that?
Oh, no. We're not separated.
So, right as we're doing that, someone donated $20 to Ko-Fi for 2 potent Ethelises to me, 1 to Clover, and 1 to Turin.
Nice.
Oh.
Ooh.
which we can
That's
use later.
excellent.
Can I just take that now?
I mean,
So I don't forget about it, because I will.
Yes.
He's gonna find a lot of.
Yeah, make a note of it. Make a note of the ethos salves that you have. Note it in your character sheets, as along with the DM inspos, the Lux, the subscriber inspos, and all that, because you're probably gonna need it next time around. You'll have to wait. Actually, it's not next week, but it is the week after. So not the 9th, but the 23rd. That is the next time we play. The next time you'll see the action. So come tune in next time. This is at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST on the 23rd to see as they split the party what's going to happen. Check out
Everyone
the big
dies.
old orc. Y'all did pretty
Everyone
good.
dies.
You guys got 3 shadow points. You didn't get any
Oh,
shadow points.
leave.
One shadow
Why
point. I think.
did-
Was it?
Clover's gonna come back and we're all just gonna be dead.
I feel like I
Why
told
did
you
our
all to
healer-
wait.
Why did our healer leave us?
he went to go get more
I
heals.
believe
Went to go get more
Nobody would
healing.
know what to look for. We'd
Yes.
be bringing back more daisies.
See the bumbling idiots follow our healer. Where's the flowers? Oh, I've got one over here. It's really nice. And just have a grand old time, I'm sure, while everybody else is in the edgelord dark and doom and gloom of the mines, fending themselves off against whatever come may in the caverns ahead. But that being said, I believe we're going to raid something. We're going to raid somebody. Somebody just raided us, by the way. Thank you for the raid. Sorry that this is the very end of the episode, but it kind of comes this way every time because it's just that time of day where all the tabletop games in their stuff and everybody starts raiding and we do a chain raid. So let's see how far we can go with this chain raid. Where are we going to next, Mr. Solo?
I'm looking. I think Vorpal. No. Yeah, Vorpal Tales.
Vorpal Tales, if you like what they do, if you like what you saw here, give them a like and subscribe, because this is YouTube, right? No, just give them a follow and sub if you really like them. If you liked what you saw here the last little second, same thing, keep in tune with us. We got other shows going on, but yes, share the love. We're gonna raid these Vorpal Tales, see what they got going on, and we'll tune in next time on 23rd for Shadow in the North.
Yes.
Hey, says
and-
more.
and-
If they missed why we're all bleeding to death slowly, and they wanted to watch the VOD, when does that come out?
Oh yes,
It'll be
that
on
comes out
Tuesday.
Tuesdays
Tuesday
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube. All
Yes.
giveaways will be active. So
Yep.
come hang out with us.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank
Tune
you
in
for
to
reminding
watch
me, yes.
Esme talk shit and then lose the kill race.
Esme wasn't
Behind.
really
You're
talking
in
shit.
behind.
She just
What-
wants to be Terran's friend.
I love it. So don't forget to catch tomorrow at 5:30 the first premiere Q&A for the next season of Legends of Shell Gall is Monday at 5:30 tomorrow. So don't forget to catch that as well. And we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.